Good afternoon, good people. Oh, goodness. Why can you guys not see me? Can you see me now? I was like, wait a minute. Why can you guys not see me? This is weird. All right, we're good. We're cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking with Crisco. All right, y'all. Now, y'all know we talked about this yesterday. TMZ has put out that Kenya Moore was suspended. And this is not a matter of debating her guilt or innocence. We don't know. We don't have any concrete proof. Good afternoon, IG. Good afternoon, Twitter. Good afternoon, Facebook. And good afternoon, YouTube. We don't have any concrete proof. The only proof we have is that it is true that she has been suspended. And I'm gonna be honest. I am disappointed to hear the news. I talked about this yesterday. I said I don't like it. I think it taints her legacy. I think that it goes to show how nasty that reality TV has become. And I could speak to it because I was in it, y'all. I was in it, and I know how nasty it can be, and I know um, how things you would think that people would never do, people do in reality TV. And a lot of times they do it because drama drives reality TV. We know this. Drama drives reality TV. So because drama drives reality TV, oftentimes people who solicit or drive the most drama gets the most attention. That does not make it right. People love to say, well, Winter, you were part of the drama. I was part of the edited drama. The part of the edited drama that people don't see. And I can't control what's shown, y'all. People are saying, well, Winter, you were a part of the drama. No, I was a part of the response. And it was edited as drama. But y'all cut out people being nasty to me. Y'all cut out people bullying me. The issue is that the comebacks weren't as juicy as mine. That's all it was. So it was edited as drama. When if y'all had just showed things as they aired, y'all probably wouldn't have that high of opinion of some of the people that were saying and doing the things that they were saying and doing. But at the end of the day, this is what we get. I don't want to hear any conversations about Black excellence and mental health. Y'all lying. Y'all don't care anything about mental health. Y'all don't care anything about Black excellence. You care about whatever keeps people tuned in to the drama. And we know good and doggone well the likelihood that these ratings increase because people are excelling are not as high. Because again, when things like that are shown, y'all call it boring. So I think the audience has to make up its mind what it wants. And if you guys don't want it, you need to make your voices heard. I think it is a pathetic shame that people can't figure out how to be dramatic without stooping to the bowels of hell. It just shouldn't happen. Thank you guys. We got a little taming today. Had to get things true. Anyway, it's not okay, y'all. This is not entertainment. I said this on Twitter. And you got to have, honestly, I don't even think it's an imaginary troll. Some of these people that be claiming to be trolls, I think it's people that don't have the balls to use their regular platforms to say what they want to say to me, to my face. So they use these troll accounts. Pathetic. When are you just clout chasing? It's amazing to me how everybody can talk about everything else and all the things they want to. Let Winter say one thing. I'm dramatic. I'm clout chasing. Y'all whack. Y'all whack in real life. Um, and the issue is that again, when I say stuff, it hit different. I also know the power of my words, and I understand that I've been granted a very powerful voice. I didn't do that. Ask God why He gave it to me. So I understand when I say things, they hit a little different. Doesn't make what I say wrong. Just means you don't like when I say it, right? But I had someone on Twitter who was like, "You're just squelching." We know who said that. Go away. Go away and find something else to do. I'm like, you came all the way over here. You following me. I don't know who this person is. Doesn't make it any less right. I am a Kenya supporter. I have followed her since her journey on Miss USA. In the pageant world, we know that there is not enough representation at times. And when we see representation, we champion it, we support it, we rally behind it. Yet this, I feel, is ridiculous. I want to believe with everything in me this is false. Maybe we're not getting the full story. And trust me, I know better than anyone how things can be edited to be perceived. Hey, Kadian. Hey, Kiki. Hey, Love Every. Hey. I understand how things can be perceived to be edited to look like a thing. Does not make it law, does not make it true. And it's unfortunate that sometimes we, the audience, are sold a storyline or a narrative that is false. And depending on who has the most audience support or who has the audience's ear at the time a narrative is promoted or shared, that's what the audience is going to believe. And so I'm wise enough to know we don't have all the details yet. It is not concrete that this has been done. We do know that the audio that has been leaked sounds incriminating, does not sound good. We do know that she is being investigated. Y'all, I don't care about what anyone else has done prior to this. There are people windmilling like their life depends on it on Twitter right now, trying to defend. Well, we don't know what was said to her under no circumstances in this life or the next. Will it ever be acceptable to quote unquote slut shame a person, history shame? Don't get me started. Don't get me started. And yet, we don't know what was said to them. I won't let it slide because it didn't get slid in my case. It didn't. It didn't. It doesn't matter. I don't care what was said. You mean she's an intelligent woman. She's an intelligent woman. You don't think there was anything intelligently that could have been concocted, that could have been a good shady comeback besides this? Besides this, I have all sorts of comebacks in my pocket. I don't need to do this. I would never need to blow up a poster highlighting someone's past comings and goings. I wouldn't need to do that. So it doesn't make it right, y'all. I don't care what was said to her. Under no circumstances is this acceptable. Yet we're windmilling on Love and Marriage Huntsville because something was said that was not even done, but was hinted to being done. And y'all dang near about burnt the town of Huntsville down. Okay, Bokum, I'm gonna put your comment up here and I'm gonna address this again. I explained this in my video yesterday. I'm gonna explain to y'all something that happens in reality TV. I know y'all cry and y'all whine and y'all shout from the rooftops that y'all want to see Black excellence. Okay, I don't even think I could run down so many events. I really could. There's not enough time. I explained to y'all that there's a thing in reality TV, a piece of advice I was given by someone who was once in reality TV, was that if I wanted to have my important events highlighted, to make sure that I acted a fool at my own event. That was the advice I was given. Otherwise, it was susceptible for being cut. Now, granted, your scenes are susceptible to being cut regardless, but you have a higher chance of them airing if there's some sort of drama attached. So that's why a person would sabotage their own event. I'm not saying that's what she did. All comments in this video are alleged. This is my opinion. This is opinion, fair use commentary. Okay, this is my opinion. but to explain to y'all, this is why things happen at big events. This is why y'all don't get to see Black excellence play out. I know it sounds crazy, but this happens. This is reality TV. So that's why a person would act a fool at their own event, because they want to make sure their scene gets kept, because they want to highlight the things that they're doing. God forbid an event stands on its own, but if it stands on its own, y'all are going to say the event was boring. So most people, when they have nonprofits they want to bring awareness to, do y'all know that's why a lot of businesses won't sign up to do reality TV? They won't allow for their business to be on reality TV. If y'all ever read the language in some of these contracts, I'm trying to tell y'all think I'm joking. I can't put my contract up here, right? But I'm telling you what I know. I could not get permission to shoot at a specific location for something positive I was doing, because they wouldn't sign off on the agreement. They wouldn't sign off on allowing for their facility to be used. And if they agreed to do that, they were also agreeing for their facility to be edited how it needed to be edited for the sake of the scene. What business with a reputation, or a reputable reputation, in their right mind would sign off on that, not knowing if a scene that's filmed at your establishment, right, is going to be full of chaos and fighting and carrying on? Do y'all know how many events and businesses I've went into, only to be leaving and people screaming and in my face and stuff like that? How embarrassing. But there's nothing they can do once they sign on a dotted line. They sign off on that. People hollering, cussing, and fussing. That's why we oftentimes have a hard time getting businesses to sign up to film. Because once they read those contracts, those use agreements, those facility agreements, people are like, "No, I'm good." And you better cross your fingers that if it's somebody that you've agreed to film at their business, you better hope it ain't nothing raggedy that happens and messes up your business relationship, because somebody done cut the fool at your event, or your whatever you got going on. You said it's a jungle out there. It is a jungle out there. You said my theory is they are going to air it and edit it and chop it. They got to. They did that, y'all. You know, it's convenient for people to say that I embellish or lie, but people say that because they know I'm telling the truth. They don't want you guys to really be privy to like a lot of the stuff that goes on, because unfortunately for viewers, it will ruin your perception of reality TV, because a lot of y'all watch this stuff under the impression that it's real and it's happening in real time, and it's not. There's a lot of production that goes into this stuff. So there's a lot of scenes that are typically bad that are chopped up and edited so they don't appear as bad as they really are. And there are sometimes that things are actually good and they're edited and chopped up so they appear better. Right? But yeah, they do that all the time. It's a reality TV trick. Let me see your comment, Ali. You said the reason why I say this is because Kenya was very upset last season about not showing her spot opening, and now she got to film this grand opening a second time, and they saying it may not air. That's wild. I still say it's wild, y'all. Like, I would love to think that at some point we could have some level of drama without all of this. Like, there's got to be a fine line. There's got to be a fine line. There's got to be a fine line. And I just think that people just don't know boundaries anymore. You can say God and Jesus 35 times in a row. That does not make you of him, for him, or about him. And it certainly doesn't mean that you represent him. I don't care how many times you post a scripture on your page. Doesn't matter. I don't care how many pastors, churches you go to sit next to so you look like you're in alignment. I don't care how many friends are pastors. Let me tell you what, same could be said about me, but anyone who has followed my life, I answer to. And if I ever get out of line, I am never above apologizing. I am never above taking accountability. I love for some of y'all to claim to know him, but y'all don't take no accountability. None. What we do know is that there wasn't a lot of discussion around it. Even when she went live, there wasn't a whole lot of information. There wasn't a denial, which I hated as well, but there also wasn't, she didn't give a lot. She didn't give a lot. Let's see. You said reality TV reminds me of wrestling. The fans don't want to accept that most of it is manufactured. True. The fans don't want to accept that a lot of what you guys think is real is low key people trying to figure out a weird way how to get into acting. So they take the route of reality TV because it's easier to get into. But a lot of people at some point want to get into media in some sort of way. I know for me, a lot of the dabbling that I've done has come after, and I've been, taking it seriously because I just don't want to be a one-hit wonder. But a lot of people have acting dreams, which is kind of why they get, and a lot of people just want to be famous in some capacity. Not to say that they are. So do you think that production knew about it beforehand and encouraged it? I don't know. I would like to think that people will still steer clear of things that can get them prosecuted. It's possible. I don't know who her producer is. Everybody on a reality TV set has a producer. Everybody. Even friends of the show. Friends of the show have a producer. Cast have a producer. Everyone has a producer. Savannah, I love that comment. I disagree with it, but I love it. I'm going to put it up here right quick. Ali, I'm going to come back to your question. You said, I think Kenya is still processing the severity of the situation. She didn't think before she reacted. I disagree with this. And I'm going to tell you why I disagree with this. Because the accusation is that posters were printed and put up for display. There is thought that goes into printing a poster. It is much different than having a reply on the fly. Okay? I know people didn't like some of the things that I said season 1, but those weren't thought of. I didn't sit there and think of them. I think it shocked people. But I didn't think of it, just something that came out. I remember in that scene, it shocked Monique. She was cracking up. And even the people in the back was like, girl, we did not know you was this funny. I can then later and say, I didn't plan that. It just came out. I'm sorry if it offended you. But for you to go through the effort of printing something, that is meditated and it's premeditated. That means you intentionally did something with the intent to hurt or harm or injure. This is why people have to be careful when they go on YouTube with information. They have to be careful, y'all, because that is premeditated. Anything you put on social media, anything you put on YouTube, no one, I'm on the fly just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna post a inappropriate photo. I didn't just accidentally, it's one thing if my computer falls to the ground, my mouse goes flying, it shifts, and then it maybe show y'all something that ain't got nothing. I don't have nothing like that on my computer, but just in case it did. If it shows y'all something, or God forbid, I'm talking to y'all while I'm getting dressed, and I think I got my camera off, and all of a sudden my mouse flip, and y'all see all my blessed parts. That's unintentional. Printing a poster is not unintentional. That means you went through the trouble of pulling up some photos, taking them to Kinko's, and having them printed. No, I didn't mean to do that. It's not going to fly. That being an accident, it's not going to fly. And if this was known by anyone, that's a problem. That's a problem, because somebody, her producer, somebody should have been like, that's not okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. Find another angle. Find another angle. Your producer is your closest person in your production team. Okay? Your producer. They should be advising, they should be talking with you. Not saying they have complete control over what people do, but I do not. I'm telling you, there's a few producers I love and hold dear. If I were to even remotely have thought about doing something like that, I am certain that they would have been like, no, we can't do that. No, Winter, we can't do that. You can't do that. So no, I don't. I don't. I'm not buying that. No. No, no, and no. That is premeditated. That is thought out. So I love the comment, though. I think it's a great point. And and I'm not saying she is not still processing the severity, but this is not the time to act high and mighty. If she is guilty of this, I hope that she takes accountability for it sooner rather than later. She's a mom. You said, what do you think of her talking about bloggers making appointments and canceling to say the spa isn't open? That's the hazards of being in reality TV. Some of these fans and bloggers take stuff too far. That's no different than some of y'all digging up dirt on some of these reality stars. That's why I don't like it. I'm good on it. I serve my time, y'all. I promise you, I don't want nothing else to do with it. Because this is the type of stuff that comes with it, and you can't control that. Because being a public figure, you expose yourself. You just do. You said, when I saw the poster pictures, I was thinking it was going to be something clever, not a middle school science project. Not a science project. It's just nasty. You said agree, but production has been allowing her to push the line for years. I don't think the blowback is what she was prepared for. Now, Savannah, I will say Kenya's not innocent. I will say Kenya's not innocent. She's she's known to be one of the fiercer spars, right? That really doesn't have a barometer. But y'all did Cat William warn us? She could have tried this in any other year, I think. She could have tried this in 2005. She could have tried this in 2016. But the fact that she tried this in the year of our Lord 2024 was probably the issue here. Cat Williams warned us, everything that can be shaken will be shaken. 2024 is not playing with us. I think this could have been done any other year prior to 2024. 2024 has come out both guns a-blazing. So yeah, the blowback is a problem. And this is Diddy, y'all, Diddy done ruined it. Diddy out here, child, no. This is not the time at all. This is not the time. This was not the year. 2024 was not the year for none of this. And why is my child in there mixing, child? So yeah, I don't think she was prepared either. Y'all better check your heart in 2024. Public service announcement. Y'all better check your heart in 2024. 2024 is not playing around. You better hide your wife, hide your kids, check every skeleton. Every skeleton and then some. Y'all better make sure them skeletons is hidden and locked down tight. 2024 is not the one. 2024 said get somebody else to do it. People don't go for that. And I think for me, that is my rebuttal to people that are like, well, they don't do that to white castmates. Okay. I think to some degree, sure, we can always pull the race card. However, this was a Black woman doing this to another Black woman. We can't always do that, y'all. We can't. And someone on Twitter was like, well, Luann did her issue, with what is it, blackface she did or something? I bet you if Luann pulled that now, she wouldn't get away with it. Y'all, different climates. We're in a different climate. Have y'all not checked the temperature? Diddy's been getting away with whatever he's been getting away with for years. But 2024 was like, not today. Not today, Satan. So I would be willing to bet money if a lot of these circumstances were done this year, there would be hell to pay. Hell to pay. So I don't want to hear those excuses. There is no excuse for this. If this is true, if this happened, because let me tell you have we learned nothing from Cassie and Diddy? Y'all will windmill in these comments for these people. And then it takes, cool. I guess y'all are learning innocent until proven guilty as a concept. Maybe. But y'all will windmill. Y'all will call people liars. Y'all will love to believe people that can be loud and wrong. And if Diddy and Cassie has taught me nothing, I'm not saying she's guilty, but I'm also not saying she's innocent. And I want to be like, I just pray it ain't true. But I ain't going to say it ain't true. And I dang sure ain't going to make no excuses for it. Because Cassie had a lot of y'all eating crow. Have we learned nothing? So I'm a hush. I ain't going to be out here talking about something she wouldn't do that. I don't know what a person would do. Some of y'all looking real foolish, defending folks that are guilty. Have we learned nothing? I think we need to be mindful, y'all. Don't be so quick. Just because a person is loud doesn't make them right. Just because a person has more followers doesn't make them right. Just because a person has support doesn't make them right. Have we learned nothing? I pray it isn't true. I have seriously followed her since I was in pageants. I don't want this to be the case. Do y'all know the amount of money she could stand to lose if this is true? Because a lot of times you can, listen to me. The things that you say and do on Beyonce's internet, whose internet is it this year? I don't even know if it's still Beyonce's internet. Okay. But the things that you say and do on social media, the things that you say and do on the internet, is traceable. Once you put it out there, it is out there. And I know y'all love to think because they came up with all these features that delete y'all's foolishness, that it cannot be pulled up. I done told y'all. My boo works in IT. He can pull anything. And he works with people that specialize in pulling anything. The minute you put it out there, it is out there. So when you're out here bullying, when you're out here harassing, when you're out here being nasty to people, it is traceable. But it amazes me how some of y'all love to find the Lord. And oh my gosh, that was my past, right? That was my past. It sounds fine and dandy until a sponsor pulls their money, or they won't support you because something you said and did on the internet can be traced. You cannot sit here and say you are for women, pro women, about women. You cannot sit here and say you are pro mental health, for mental health, about mental health, and you out here being the weapon that's formed against everybody in your circle's mental health. I wouldn't give you none of my money if I was a company. So this could be really bad for her pocketbooks. Some things aren't worth that, y'all. Some things are not worth that at all. It's just not worth it. So I would literally, I would hate to see something horrible as a result of this. But it will honestly cause a lot of these reality stars to step their game up, because what we also see is that people are not taking some of this shade and lies sitting down. You're not going to defame me because you're on a reality TV show. You're not going to harass me because you're on a reality TV show. You're not going to bully me because we're on a reality TV show. Some people are actually starting to lawyer up and fight back, and rightfully so, because some of y'all take it too far. And this is not Kenya specific. This is reality TV at large. Some people legitimately take it too far. And there's consequences that come with that. I think we act like there's no... Reality TV stars are not above the law, y'all. Y'all should know this. How many times we done seen people go to jail? Sheesh. How many times? Seriously. We are not above the law. There is a point where the law kicks in and some of us take it too far. Some of us need to sit down somewhere. I'm curious, is it the she to see how this plays out? Hey, CC. Hey, Lady B. I'm curious to see how it plays out. I really am. Like I said, I pray it's not true, but we don't know. We don't know until we know. I just think there needs to be a fine line. Excuse me. There needs to be a fine line. And it's interesting, Kenda. I see, hey D. Kenda, I see your comment about feeling like she should have been gone a long time ago. Do y'all feel like reality TV stars should be cycled out, or do you think they should be allowed to stay as long as they want to? Because there are those of you who feel like she should have been gone already. And I'm going to be honest, I like Kenya. I don't always agree with her mouth, but I like her. But I'm gonna be honest. I saw an interview that Peter Thomas did, and he said that Kenya would tell him before a scene that she was getting ready to tear him up. And he was like, in the scene, she would tear him up, but she warned him. And I think I can respect that more versus someone just coming for you and you don't know what's going on. I think if you about to come for me and be nasty about it, I think that pre-warning is okay. I think for me, just the blatant nastiness and you don't know, like, I just came here to get a coffee. And now do y'all know how many scenes I've been in where I have been totally confused? Because I thought everything was good. Or how many scenes I walked into and it was foolery. And I literally have been like, what is happening? What is happening? This is so odd. And a lot of times that is being guided right in a direction because that's not the way that they want to edit the story. So they'll switch it. So there's been plenty of times where I thought something was resolved or something was over, and the next time we took a cut break, person came back and it was foolishness. And then you have people that are like, you know what, I'm sorry. What? You mean to tell me you just acted a doggone fool for nothing? What? That's why I can't take some people seriously because some of it do be real fake. I know y'all don't know no better sometimes, but some people do too much. It's just not even fun anymore. You said cycled out, everyone is replaceable, and if you can't bring it to the left, to the left, not to the left, to the left. Oh gosh. You said cycled out. That's the only way for the show to progress with fresh stories. Like, example, I think Candy needed to take a break after 15 years. Yeah. Yeah. I think sometimes it's possible to overstay your welcome in reality TV. And that's why I think sometimes the fans get checked out, you know? You said warning a castmate can at least alert them to be ready to yeah. I mean, let me know. You about to come for my edge. Just let me know, honey. Tie yours down as well. Okay. I give me a warning. See, I'm that type of shade thrower. And because I don't know what this mouth is capable, like this mouth is brutal. Seriously. So if you about to come for my edge, just give me a warning, and you better define what type of edge laying you plan on doing, and make sure you can handle the edge laying that I'm going to reciprocate. That's all I'm saying. Don't sit here and get mad because you weren't prepared. What's fair is fair. You said reality TV is considered the workplace. Um, would have this would this behavior have been acceptable in the office? Fighting, posted, and no, it wouldn't be. We know it wouldn't be. Different type of workplace environment. You said they should be cycled out. Yeah, I honestly just be one. Just let me know. You said cycled out. Reality TV stars get lazy after season 3. They get too comfortable and competitive and take viewers for granted by playing in our face. I I agree. Y'all get y'all face played in a lot. Hey, love seen her. Y'all get y'all face played in a lot. Now let's go ahead and jump on to the next topic. I'm done talking about Kenya. God bless her. I really pray it's not true. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We don't know, y'all. Ain't nobody accusing her. I want to believe she didn't do it. Okay? I do. I'm holding on to Jesus. I'm holding on to God's unchanging hand. And I want to believe that this baby did not do this. Woo! Now let's talk about these ratings. Well, I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all think. Do y'all think that that Love and Marriage Huntsville ratings, as they have been reported by outlets such as TV Deets, are accurate, or do y'all think that they are higher? Hey, Kay, do y'all think they are higher? Curious. What do y'all think? Do y'all think y'all spaces are being played in, or do y'all think that it's possible that the ratings that TV Deets has reported is inaccurate? It's possible. Now, what I do know is that I think the ratings are typically taken from live viewership, and I do know that that does not account for streaming. That does not account for um, that does not account for um, apps and things like that. You said, has TV Deets been credible? As far as I know. So do y'all think the ratings for Love and Marriage Huntsville are 3 million, or do y'all think they're low? Because up until this point, I'm going to see if I can pull it up. I don't have no reason to lie. Not yes, let's talk about the loss. Hey, Pam. You said TVDs has always been accurate. I missed them. What was reported? I'm going to pull it up. You said no, they are not. Candace says, to be honest, reality TV is really degrading women as a whole. They say they are to uplift women, but it's the complete opposite. In some capacity, I don't disagree with you. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna just pull it up because it ain't my business, child. I'm just here to report the news. What is it? It's 11 Marriage Huntsville season 8 ratings. Let's just see here. Why do their ratings only start at season 4 on here? TVDs, what's going on? I'm gonna pull it up. Lord, let me get this ad off of here. Jesus. TVDs ain't trying to come for your AdSense, but all right. I'm a decrease myself so y'all can see it. And shout out to TVDs. I pray you don't mind me sharing, but all right, so let's look at this. It says episode 1 is 2,708. It went up to 323, back down to 268, down to 257, 258. You know, I got questions. I'm assuming this is live viewership. This is live viewership. What I would want to see is an accurate depiction as the numbers are coming in, because Justin, hush. Now, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Y'all, my icy insiders be cutting up. Don't be like that. Hold on. I want to know, because, oh my, it's 238. Because listen, I was told that we was a hit show, and I said, I know you lying. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't take it personally. I don't feel no type of way. Either we're getting the numbers or we're not. And I'm gonna tell you, for me, how I could tell that our viewership was dropping was the lack of chatter about it on content creators and social media. The only time that social media was hopping was when people were having social media battles. But it seems to me this might be, I don't know. Listen, I'm not here to debate. It may be true. I don't know where the numbers are coming from. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. Give me a second, y'all. Um Give me a second. Because TV Deets do post it all, child. Let's see what we got. So I'm gonna show y'all, because what is this? I really thought it was higher, but it really, yikes. I don't even know that I want to post it. Jesus. I guess we'll go ahead and post it. Sweet Lord. I didn't realize that these numbers was numbering. Hold on. I really thought we was way higher than this, but I done lied to myself. I really could have swore that Love and Marriage DC was in the 400 and 500s. At least 400. But shoot. Our highest was $394, and the third part of the reunion was $390. I'm gonna pull it up, honey, because I don't want people to say I'm lying. Hold on. Y'all know how people do. Let me see if I can switch it. Give me a second. We're gonna share. All right, so this is season 1. Our highest was $394. And then let's see, we're gonna skedaddle on down. This is this last past season. And we're just seeing a bunch of ones. The average was 198 season 3. The average was 227 season 2. And the average was 332 season 1. So you're talking about 100,000 viewers down from 1 to 2, and then 30,000 or close to 30,000 down from season 3. But I want to know, this is the thing, like, where are we getting these numbers from when it comes to the apps and the streaming, right? We don't know. I think that's kind of a better question. Where are we getting the numbers from? And let me just pull up Love and Marriage Detroit. And they would only have one season. Jesus. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Now, how is the numbers unavailable? TVDs, I got questions. How are the numbers unavailable? Hold on, let me show y'all what I'm seeing. Give me 1 second. TVDs, we need explanations, because I'm not understanding. Okay, so Detroit is 215. How we ain't got, now that make sense. How we don't know numbers for 2 and 3? I would be curious to know where TVDs, where you get your ratings from? Who gives TVDs the ratings? Yikes. Because it's got 2. We don't even know what it was. And I guess it's typical for reunions to be higher. Lord. I don't know. I don't know at all. Okay, so now that we've kind of seen, I mean, honestly, it seems like they all kind of hover around the same kind of 150 to 350 ratings point. The only thing where I see a huge drop is Huntsville. Huntsville is taking a tumble because they were up to almost 600,000. That's high. What is it, season 4? Season 4, episode 12, 572,000 live viewers. That's high, y'all. What happened? I think I would love to know what happened. Because it really starts to change back to kind of what's normal. Season 6. Yeah, season 6. Golly, they got a lot of episodes. They got 33 episodes, season 6. I think y'all just got tired season 6 because that's a lot of episodes. The ratings might have been higher if the season wasn't as long. I'm so confused. It goes from it's like 33, but maybe they don't even have season 7, but I think season 7 is wrapped into season 6. And then you get season 8. And season 8, it's just every week the viewership gets lower. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But definitely there's a difference in not the ratings might have been too low to report. Y'all so shady. Lord. You said people probably got tired of the mess and started to go outside. Now it is summertime. That's a factor. Nikki, I can't make this stuff up, child. You said, thank you for that, Philly girl. You said TVD's numbers come from Nielsen media research. So I have a question. I have a question. Does Nielsen only report on, I would look it up does Nielsen only report on live or does it include streaming? You said that people said I'd rather touch grass. Hold on. Nielsen, you said Nielsen Media. I'm gonna look it up. This is what Google is for. And see, this is why people are talking the way they are because everybody Googles everything these days. We're not just gonna take people's word for it. Nielsen Media Research. So does the ratings include a live? Do they include streaming? They may not fully capture. You said they may not fully capture viewership from streaming services. So then how can we fully capture it? How can we know? You said storylines have been on repeat since then. I think outside of my sister was heavy into watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of learned about it through her, honestly. And oh, I promise I would do this. Listen, for anyone that's on here, I'm gonna do this for y'all right quick because I promise the next time I went live, I would give y'all a discount code to shop on my site and go to my events. I'm gonna put what should it be? What should the discount code be? What y'all want the discount code to be? Somebody give me a name. I said I would give you guys a discount on my events and courses the next time I went live. I promised somebody I would do that. But you have to be live, and I'm only making the code valid for today. Let's see. Should we call it scandal? Scandalous ratings. I know you lying. What y'all want? What y'all want? What y'all want the code to be today? Winterland. I can do that. That's nicer. You didn't want me to have no fun, Queen. Oh gosh. I said I would make a code today. What's today? Today is the 15th. How about until tonight, I give y'all 15% off? That's 15% off anything on the site. That means events, that means courses, that means if you want to be a sponsor, 15% off. How about that? Y'all down with it? So your entire sale is 15% off until tonight. Okay? So the code is activated. Yes. Use Winterland. And you guys will get 15% off. Okay. So that's done. All done. All right. So let me put it up here. Use. Sorry, we're gonna get back to our conversation, y'all. Hang tight. Give me a second. All right. All right, I think we're good. We're good. We're good. All right, so I'm gonna pop that up here. So if you guys have been telling me you want to come to the Women in Business Brunch or the Romancipation, or if you want to sponsor, listen, my sponsors, this is a great code for you because it definitely is going to expire once this live ends. So if you want to be a sponsor, this is a great time to lock in your sponsorship. All right, so I'm going to keep that up there. We went with Winterland since y'all wouldn't let me put nothing else. Let's see. You said, I learned about Love and Marriage Huntsville during the quarantine. I used to stay outside on Saturday nights. I turned into a homebody, but I'm creeping back. Everybody, y'all, it's so beautiful outside today. Everybody's creeping back outside. But I think, I'm gonna be honest. I think when it comes to people questioning the ratings, I think we have to take into account, unfortunately, for a lot of the own audience, a lot of y'all are just mad at Carlos. So y'all not gonna believe nothing that come out of Carlos' mouth. Carlos can't even issue a scripture straight, right? Y'all just don't want to hear nothing that man got to say right now. I don't know that he's telling a lie. Look at Ashley. You bring up, hey, welcome Ashley Silva to the chat. Ashley brings up my next point. we have to think about the type of networks that we're up against, and we have to think about the type of shows that we're up against. Saturdays are extremely hard for ratings. I think OWN does this not to go up against Bravo and other networks. I'm gonna have to agree. I think if these shows aired on different nights, the ratings would be even lower. Because let's be clear, y'all are not watching your own show on Sunday. You're not doing it. You're watching Bravo. A lot of these shows where other networks are airing live content, these shows don't stand a chance. They don't. They don't stand a chance. Y'all aren't gonna sit here and tell me you're not gonna watch RHOP to watch Love and Marriage Huntsville or Love and Marriage Detroit. And Saturdays are a tough night. Because I will be honest. Am I lying? For people that work 5 days a week, I don't feel like going out on Friday. Not in my big old age of 42. Okay? I don't. You want me to go out and be in these streets? Catch me on a Saturday night. So we're also up against Saturdays being the main nights that most working adults go outside. I ain't going outside on a Sunday night. If I do, it's early. I'm brunching so I can get home and prep for my work week. But honestly, I'm going outside on Saturday. I'm outside. That's another great point. You said OWN isn't included in most cable packages. When I tell you Corey gave me the hardest time, he was like, Winter, how do you watch it? How do you watch it? Hey, Gigi. Most people don't know how to watch OWN because it's not in their regular cable package. And let's be clear, most of y'all don't even have cable anymore. Most of y'all don't have cable anymore. So it's very difficult to, sell some, or it's really got to be really good. Your fan base has to be vested, y'all. You said, see what I'm saying, Chi-Town? Y'all just don't believe him. That it don't make him. That don't mean he lying. But y'all just, a lot of y'all is just burnt on him right now. But that don't mean he's not being honest. I would pray to God he not lying about them ratings, child. That we don't need nothing else for y'all to be mad at this man about. We don't need nothing else. I promise you we don't. You said also people out. Yeah, people are out. You said, Ashley, you need to be on Potomac. According to the car she just rode, I don't see why not. I said it. At least she can't afford it. She don't have to fake money, fake having money for the sake of a reality TV show. And I'll leave it at that. Say also some TV providers charge extra for OWN, and they are not included in basic TV plans, unlike Bravo. True story, Ali. True story. You said Saturday is Law and Order SVU run day. Baby, I be outside. I be outside on the weekend unless I got these kids. And then sometimes we outside. Yep. Ashley is in the building. You said, Winter, there's nothing on TV on Saturday. It's a good day, in my opinion, for OWN. Philly girl, this is why OWN does it. Because they're not competing with some of the other major shows. That's why they do it. What I miss? You said, do you, Winter? During our season 1, I was never home to live tweet on a Saturday. It was summer and I was outside. We all was outside, child. You said, I have cable, but usually watch the shows on my phone and when I can, and I don't watch live TV like that. Yeah, so I just don't want to accuse somebody of lying. I just know that I think the impossible thing is y'all feel a way about him right now. if he told y'all the sun was shining. Even if y'all saw the sun shining, y'all would question it because that's just where y'all are. All that to say, the live. Ashley, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but did you not sense the decline in the viewer interest in our show this season? I personally could tell. Okay, hold on. MP just posted. You said, Winter, please read. I didn't see Carlos's post. So you said, please read the entirety of Carlos' post. It's very specific. There was an increase in people who watch live, and in the first 3 days, not overall ratings. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. So you're saying increase in people who watch live in the first 3 days. Okay. That's interesting. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate. Listen, it's equal opportunity opinions over here. He said, okay, maybe it's not lying. He just paints a colorful picture that's not in the crayon box. Y'all be on his behind. But if the stories are already played on social media, or if the stories are, oh, we don't want to waste our time, I agree with that. Hey, giving you the real tea. Ciao. I digress. But I know everybody can't be on no Bravo. No matter how much y'all want to drag them on there. You said, which means Love and Marriage Huntsville does not have 3 million views based. Y'all, listen. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I love the perspective that MP just gave because he's basically referring to a specific time frame. You said it's funny because my cable package comes with OWN, but not Bravo. It's so odd. Listen, cable is expensive. You said absolutely a year hiatus didn't help either. No, it didn't. I promise you, I could tell that our viewership was lower. I could tell people weren't tuned in like that. You could feel the energy in the social media that the ratings was not going to give what they needed to give. It just wasn't going to happen. Giving you the real tea, and guys, giving you the real tea is also a content creator, so make sure you guys go over there and check him out. I like his commentary. You said, yes, ma'am. I felt Carlos did y'all franchise completely dirty, in my opinion. That year hiatus was hurtful. Said perhaps Carlos was referring to the total viewership across all seasons. Y'all get on my nerves, but I love y'all. Y'all not gonna let them breathe, child. Breathe, let them breathe. Okay. You said, Winter, unfortunately, your show was off the air too long and people forgot about the show. I think y'all forgot about it. This is why a lot of people was windmilling and fake beefing on social media because we needed to get the views up. Y'all didn't care. People was mad at me, but I said would nobody care about our show as soon as Love and Marriage Huntsville came on. Was I wrong? Was I wrong? Did y'all care as soon as Love and y'all ain't heard hide nor hair about our show since Love and Marriage Huntsville. And people like, Winter, you're just being a hater. No, telling you the truth. Don't nobody care. I say give it 2 weeks. Ain't nobody gonna care. I'm just ride it out. Y'all not gonna care in 14 days or less. You said, do executive producers tell y'all what they expect ratings to be for the season? Not that I know of. We never got that. Lady B said, hey, giving you the real tea. Hey, friend. So, no, I never heard. Ashley, I mean, maybe, I personally feel like, different people get different information depending on where you sit as far as the favorite list. So I feel like Ashley was a favorite. Did you get any personal in the hand knowledge of what the expectations were to be? Let me look at me. Since you on here, did you get any? I feel like you're a favorite. Did you get any firsthand knowledge? Ashley, what you doing? You should come on and I should send you the link. You want to come on here? Did you get any firsthand knowledge? I don't think so, though. Oh gosh. Not I look like a crackhead. I think people don't like how men show up on his shows against women. I think people have been very loud about that. I don't think that's inaccurate, but I think more so than that, I think any good reality TV show um has to be coupled with good storytelling. You can't wear people out on storylines. And this is no knock to um this is no knock to production. I think people get too sensitive, but it's just the reality. When you're talking about telling a story, that story cannot drain people. It's like that meme, today drained me. Today drained me. Like, you cannot wear your audience out on storylines. That just can't happen. Hey, Donnie. Y'all, we have 265 people in the chat. IG, if you guys want to come on over to YouTube, look me up. It's ImSimplyWinter. My live is live in right now. I can't really see you guys. I can't really see all your comments on IG all the time. If you guys want to come join us over on YouTube, I'm actually getting ready to end the IG live in a minute because it's going to shut down anyway. But come on over. But I honestly think that Ashley, let me know if you want to come on. You said I'm in a bonnet. Let me know if you want to come on. I'll send you the link. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Or if you just want to, you don't have to you don't have to turn your video on. I'm gonna send you a message on IG if you want to come on. You don't have to. No pressure. Let's see. Ashley. Why are these people lying to me? Here we go. I'm gonna send you the StreamYard link. If you want to come on here, feel free. If not, I understand. But you don't have to turn your camera on either. Let me remove Instagram from the live. So let's see. I just don't think you can wear your audience out with storylines. And it also is on the cast too, to bring storylines that are interesting, things that have been vetted out, flushed out, thought through, and not manufactured for the sake of drama. And for me, that is something that is a lot to deal with, because I don't want to be on a cast with people that are manufacturing stuff either. I don't, because I'm not going to show my authentic life for people to drag, and you get the opportunity to pretend and make your stuff up as you go. You said, I prefer the last season of Love and Marriage DC over Love and Marriage Huntsville. Can't wait for next season. And I'm happy Ashley didn't let anybody trick her out of any bags or opportunities. Ciao. I'm happy not to return. I feel no kind of way. I would prefer to buy a new bag, as in Chanel or YSL, Saint Laurent. I'll even take, a Prada or a Bottega. Those are the type of bags I'm interested in. Not a reality TV bag. You said, Ashley, if you don't put on a bonnet or moo and get up here, child. I sent her the link. If she pop up here, I'm going to add her on. You said, I think the same low viewership will happen to Detroit because of the long hiatus if it ever returns. Well, I do know that Detroit has filmed their has filmed their reunion. So they're coming back at some point. They have filmed their season. No. Um, sorry. Hey, Bama girl. You said I actually liked y'all's show. Ashley said, can you come on without a camera? Child, I couldn't, there is not enough money. When I left, I knew I was leaving. You said I totally agree with you. I'm telling you, baby, I could care less. People like, oh, Winter let them run her off. Nobody ran me off. I didn't want to come back. Give me a new cast, with the exception of a couple. It's just not cohesive. It's not cohesive. You said that's a fact. They rolled that Mel and Martell too long. It became everybody's storyline. See, I don't think you can do that. You got to pivot. You got to know when to pivot. Like everyone has to be able to give something fresh and exciting and new to keep your fans on the hook and wanting more. What's given season 1 for it to be season 2? Jesus, child. Who they say ran you off? I think they think because of the issues I had with the Tylers, giving you the real tea. I wasn't, but the thing is, I wasn't coming back from the beginning. The producers, not the producers, but the right-hand person for the production company, I had already informed them that I was not coming back. They knew this already. This was before we ever started filming. So yeah, I didn't like the drama that came as a result of what the Tylers did, but I was still not coming back. And I think that's hard for people to grasp because they are wrapped up in what they see on social media and on the show. And so even some of my castmates were weirded out by me doing the interview with Queen Sheba or discussing, but I did that because I knew I was not coming back. No, I'm an MBA, y'all. Y'all see that right there? I have an MBA and 2 years of doctoral school. Nobody in their right mind does an interview like Queen Sheba and thinks that they are going to come back. Nobody in their right mind is honest about their experience with the previous company and thinks that their company is going to be like, oh, yeah, we love what you said there. Come on in, girl. And I wasn't doing it honestly to piss on or be nasty. I was truly giving my real life firsthand account experience during my time on reality TV. I did not make that decision lightly. In fact, I was on the fence about going to the Mother's Day podcast. Ashley will tell you. I was on the fence. And I even told Carlos in the DMs that I was coming. Okay, Ashley. Ashley's coming on, y'all. She said give her 5 to 8. I was on the fence. I didn't go to the podcast because of everything that the Tylers did. And people love to say, well, you shouldn't have came, you shouldn't have lied. That I shouldn't have lied on them. I didn't lie on them. I merely repeated something that they didn't like that I repeated. Okay. That's it. That's all that happened. You can be mad about something I did, but don't go lie on me. Hey, Sassy, don't go lie on me and say that I tried to get information, that I tried to make up stuff. And what's wild to me is that these are the same people that call me and Ashley bees and hoes. I'm like, wow, what do we do to deserve that? You're accusing us of something we're telling you that we did not do. We were accused of giving information to bloggers. That's not true. Even really BTV said, I can confirm that did not come from Winter and it did not come from Ashley. But we were accused. So what am I to do when people are accusing me of something that I'm blatantly denying? It's not true. So after that, I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to sit here and entertain, because this is what I mean by people going too low. You can't say that you're justified, because you're not justified. I didn't come for you like that. I didn't accuse you. I just merely repeated what was said. Now you can say, Winter, we don't like that you repeated that. Say that. Say that. Hey, Zane. Hey, Finer Dove. That's all. So once that, I was like, I'm not going to no podcast, child. That podcast can kiss my whole tail. I wasn't going, because I knew it was about to be some mess. But we're bees and hoes and things like that. But y'all are hugging at a podcast and saying how y'all cool, y'all good. We ain't got no issue with them no more. Come on. It's not real. It's fake news. That means that you are willing to pretend because y'all want to keep the show going. And I don't want to pretend. Just like I could have picked up the phone and called y'all. Y'all could have picked up the phone and called me and said, hey, why did you say that? Why did you say that on Reality Rundown? And I could have said I was being honest about what was told to me. And I apologize if you don't like that I was being honest. I wasn't trying to be negative, but I was trying to correct something that you didn't tell correctly. All of this could be squashed. It didn't have to go through the links of you going live trying to say you got the real tea and real receipts. That Negro lied. And this is why me and Carmen are not cool anymore, because she knows that he told her he couldn't confirm or deny what he said. Then Carmen, why didn't you be honest and say that's what he told you, versus sitting there and allowing him to change his story and lie? He lied. I would put my hand on 5 Bibles. 5. That's how confident I am in what he said to me that day. 5. Could he do the same? And if he did, he's going to hell with gasoline draws on, because he's a liar. Furthermore, I have receipts of him being in my stories from his work, his place of employment. But different story from a different day. I'll address them on my I'll address this issue, but I don't really care what they think they know or don't know. I don't address them anymore. They are former to me. That's why I wouldn't go back and do another season, because I don't pretend to be cool with people. I'm not doing that for no TV. Either we cool or we're not. You want to have a conversation and squash stuff for real, then we do that outside of TV. We're not doing that for no cameras. You said, were you talked to by producers after you did the interview with Queen Sheba? Nope. Nope, not at all. What was the question that Bokum asked? You're saying that was a good question. No, I wasn't. What is somebody going to tell me? You're going to try to discredit my experience because you don't like what I said? I didn't lie. And I was very judicious in sharing my story. It could have been way worse. So it's giving you the real tea. I appreciate your question. But listen, it's not that I hate them. They're just not people that I would be in relationship with until there's a real conversation and apology issued. And I'm woman enough to say I can issue an apology for saying it. I'm not recanting what I said because I did not lie. I hope I'm loud and clear. I'm not recanting what I said. I can apologize for saying it on that platform, but I'm not recanting what I said because I did not lie. He lied. I can say that with confidence. I can also say that I could put my hand on 5 Bibles and stand in front of a judge in a court of law and say he said it. Boldface. I've slept very good because I didn't lie. But they owe me an apology for what they did. He went on his platform. He defamed. He harassed, he bullied, and he encouraged other people to do so. For someone that is supposed to be an advocate for mental health, you were not a good representation of someone who's an advocate for mental health. You didn't care about mine. You didn't care about how it could have possibly impacted my family. You didn't care about how it could have possibly impacted my health. Because of all of that, I did have to go to the ER that night. I'm sure he does not know that. This is one of the issues that I had with upper management, because they were very aware of something I had going on personally and health-wise. I've never publicly shared that. Y'all want tea. So until they can issue an apology for that, because it's funny to me how you can take your behind on a podcast and be fake and apologize and hug it out when y'all really not friends for real. Y'all don't hang out. Let's be clear. That's not true. Nobody's friends. It's because upper management flew up here and said, y'all better fix it if y'all still want this show to go forward. So everybody was like, I'm sorry. We're good. Let us hug it out. We're fine. Nobody's friends for real, y'all. No. But if we really want to show Black excellence, then people then people need to be honest and issue real authentic apologies. I don't want to be on a show where people are pretending. That's not Black excellence. I'm not fake. People can call me a lot of things, but I'm not going to fake and pretend for the sake of no reality TV, which is why old boy got what he got at the reunion. You can sit here and pretend and act like you're a good boy all you want to, but we have receipts on what you were doing behind my back, pretending to get to know me romantically. That was not your goal. It was never your goal. Your goal was to get promoted. Promote yourself. I don't know what else to give y'all. So a lot of people haven't rebutted what I've said. It's no different than them salaries. I see nobody show they pay stub. And it's cool. You probably can't, just like I can't. But I didn't lie about that either. I didn't give no exact numbers. I just gave y'all something that it was not higher than, and I stand 10 toes down on that as well. I'm woman enough to say it's not for me. I love the audience. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend. I'm not doing it. I appreciate that, Philly girl. There was no need for that. You said, what did you say? I told y'all Carmen was late when I first saw her. No shade. I just giving you the real tea. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. My issue with Carmen is that I have defended Carmen. Even Ashley will tell you that. I have defended Carmen. I have gone hard for Carmen. I have always been very fair when it came to Carmen, even when people didn't agree, because I knew Carmen outside of the show. I don't play this whole reality TV business. Y'all can get somebody else to do it. I have rode hard for Carmen. And I get it. Carmen was trying to position herself because, again, you don't know if this might be your future castmates or not. I can respect the hustle and I can respect the angle. What I can't respect is someone who won't stand up for right when you need to stand up for what's right. And if you knew he was changing his story and you knew that he told you that he couldn't confirm or deny, then say that. Don't let them intimidate you, because they doxed Carmen. That was wrong as well. And everybody likes to say, oh, I was protecting my family. No, you doxed someone, which is illegal. You also defamed me, and you didn't give me a chance to publicly address it. You just publicly accused me, which is defamation. Anything that's a harm to my public reputation. Thankfully, I don't think people get it, because my circle run deep. People that know me know me. People not fazed by that stuff. And honestly, when he even went on his platform, I had men messaging me. And so I'm going to go ahead and address it. For people that think, or they say they know who my boyfriend is, y'all don't care that they know who my boyfriend is. He knows who they are. I said I would potentially have seen them because one of my boyfriend's best friends was getting married. And he told us himself he invited the Tylers. And I said, it's your wedding. My boyfriend was going to be in the wedding. Cool. I just don't put us nowhere near them. And I'm serious. I don't want anything to do with them. And he said, respect. I'll make sure of it. Now, because my boyfriend was a part of the wedding party, we would have been separated anyway. But I said, I don't fool with him, period. I don't care. I think they're messy. We all want to make fun of it because y'all don't like Ashley. But she was bullied and harassed as well, as quiet as it's kept. Just because you don't like a person doesn't make certain behavior towards them okay. They're messy. There was instances where people were messy, but because people like them, they excuse it. It doesn't make it right. So I don't care. I don't care if they know him. He's not phased either. They should know him. I said who all knew him. He's very well known in the area and also very well respected. He also told somebody he has some tea. Tell that to my man's face. Be a man about it. If you have tea, go tell him. And also tell his friends that you want to be so cool with. I'll be sure to relay the message. Please don't come on. I just want them to keep my name out their mouth and I'll keep theirs out of mine. They don't ever have to talk to me again until we can actually get to some resolve. And there can be some real apologies issued because there is one that is due. And I stand on it. Since we want to talk about people standing on stuff. Anyway, y'all done got me off on a tangent. So that's my issue with Carmen. Carmen ever wants to have a conversation, I'm open to it. I'm not hard-hearted, y'all. I believe in the power of forgiveness. I believe in the power of moving forward. If I didn't believe in it, me and Ashley would not be where we are today. I know y'all love to think that she was using me for the show, but I told y'all I wasn't coming back. She didn't have to use me for a storyline. She didn't have to use me for an ally. I was trying to get to know her for her. We were able to move forward. I'm not saying that is dead for everybody. I do know that some of the people on the show has been nasty to even people on my team. Why is that necessary? I come in contact with people that know them. I don't treat them unkindly. That goes to show your character sucks deep down on the inside. I literally had somebody from my team say that somebody from my former cast treated them unkindly and tried to shut the door in their face. You're nasty. And that's an inside problem. That's nothing to do with our beef. I'm really not beefing with anybody on this cast. I don't know Joy and Clifton like that. I don't see them. I don't hang out with them. I wish them well. I really don't. I don't hang out with them. I'm not going to let a reality TV show govern my real life. I don't know these people. I honestly don't even see the Tylers. I don't know them like that. I only know them through this show. I didn't know them before the show, and I don't hang out with them after the show, but I don't see them. Honestly, if Ashley comes on here, she'll tell you that I don't see her like that. It's just that her and I keep in touch because we cool. We don't have any issue. I don't know these people. I just don't appreciate when people lie on me. I didn't lie on you. I never said you did it. And that is fact. You can go back and pull the receipts. I can't make up an interview. I didn't lie and say you did it. You just got mad that I said it, that I repeated it. And say that. But don't go do what you did, which is go on YouTube and lie on me and say that I tried to get information on your family. I've never done that. Never done that. Never done that. Yet we have screenshots of someone threatening me on Twitter saying that he was going to go to the gutter and come for me. And he was going to dig up some tea. I'm like, what are we, 3? Y'all don't have time for it. I don't want to do it. This is not fun anymore. And it's sad because Love and Marriage DC could have been a really good reality TV show. This cast ain't it. I'll say that. This cast ain't it. Recast them. Recast them. People play too much. That's not okay. It's not okay. Play too much. I don't respect that. I don't respect that at all. But I'm not above moving forward. But there are some apologies that need to be issued. I'm telling you now, I can own the only thing that I can definitely say I need to apologize for is repeating what I was told. Not what I heard, what I was told. I can own that. Oh, actually, I sent it to IG. I can own that. Did I have to repeat it? No, but I thought I was vindicating when somebody lied about a conversation. And did we have to talk about it on YouTube about what I was told? No, we didn't have to talk about it on YouTube. I can own that. But you're not going to sit here and lie on me and say I was digging up information. Did nobody ask that old preacher to be telling what he said? That's ridiculous. I blame the Donald. I believe that sometimes our cast does too much to try to raise ratings. That's what I think. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna send it to you. So I don't listen. There are people, DMV is too small. You go around talking about you got tea on this person and that person. You don't know who a person knows. Let me just tell you what. Go say that to the people you were going to go to their wedding for. Go tell them you got tea on my boo. Let them know that you got tea on them. See how they feel about that. Let them know how raggedy you can really be. Because that's all that it is. What's the point? I'm not on the show anymore. What tea do you have? And do I care? Did I ask? Do I care? Where's the tea on me? You want to it's just people are weird. You said they do it at the request of execs. Trust me, I used to be there. They incited. That's some wild stuff. Now I have seen stuff incited by producers. But if execs are encouraging people to lie on people and be raggedy, it's not okay. I don't want any parts of it. I promise y'all. People are like, Winter, you messed up your bag. F that bag. Gotta give me a bag that's greater than any bag that's attached to people lying on folks. I have never come for their kids. They have attacked my kids. They have said nasty things concerning my kids. They have said nasty things about instances that have impacted my kids. I have never done that to them. Even the situation that they claim with their son that has the disability. I never did it. I came to you without cameras, behind closed doors. I never came for your son, and you lied about that. And I thank God I have receipts on it, so Richie could put up that I didn't do that. That's not okay, y'all. I don't care anything about this reality TV. I swear I don't. I swear I don't. No, she just clout chasing. I don't care. If I had known what it was, I would have never did it. Promise you. I would have just kept building my little YouTube. I could have been making, I don't tell how much money I could have been making. Oh, she's here.
Wait.
Why you outside?
Wait, because it's like I can hear you in the background too. Wait. I say all the time.
Hold on. Edit mic settings. Hold on.
Wait.
Reduce mic background noise. Let me see if that helps. Is that better?
No, wait. Oh God. Lord, what is happening?
Sometimes you have to adjust your mic settings. I want to make sure my audio is good too. Hold on. Oh no.
Sorry, guys.
So reduce background noise, echo. I don't know. It's just weird.
I'm the fucking worst with this shit.
But you're not echoing to us. You said I'm echoing to you.
Yeah, I can hear like.
But do you have me shut off in the background somewhere?
That's what I'm trying to see. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. I think you're done. Oh no, I still hear you talking. Can you hear yourself talking in the background?
It's clear to me.
It's like, I guess my computer must have paused.
I like being a content creator. This is much more my speed. And then I just feel like if I want to be an actress, that's why I'm taking classes. But all this extra stuff, I don't have time for it.
Okay, I think I got it now. Okay, there we are. There we are. Yes, I came
All
outside.
right, welcome to the chat. So, what are your thoughts about these ratings, child?
I honestly hadn't been paying attention. I had saw the post that it said something with like the 3 million for Huntsville, and I was like, oh wow. And I assumed it meant like over a couple of days because I follow TVD, so I saw that they had put out what the ratings were. So I was like, we don't know what the ratings are. We don't get the numbers of like the streaming, and I think it's like plus 2 days or whatever.
So, you're saying to me that the ratings come in over 3 days.
So I think they do. I don't know for sure, but I think they do, the live day of, and then they do the next 2 days, like from streaming as well. But those aren't in the numbers that TVD usually puts up. I think they usually just put up the live numbers.
Do you know where they get the streaming numbers from, or do those come in from the services themselves?
I
Like
thought they were supposed to come from Nielsen. Like that's like standard.
even the apps and stuff, like the streaming?
Yeah, I don't know about apps. I don't know how that's calculated. Wait, I'm trying to get this sun out.
I'm honestly gonna look it up. I'm intrigued now and I'm invested after doing this live because I really want to know like where they get the ratings from. I'm not even sure. Honestly.
So
But
what are you are you like a reality TV blogger now?
I do a little bit of everything, honestly.
I
Whatever
don't
we
watch
put.
enough reality TV, honestly.
So it depends. So I don't. It's not all reality TV. Sometimes it's shows. Like I just did a documentary, Dancing with the Devil.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet. But
It's so
all I
good.
watch is like crime. That's all I watch is crime stuff.
I mean, I literally watch crime stuff too, but the type of crime is more so um British crime. So y'all don't care about that over here. So
No,
I
I
would.
tried to watch a show from BBC and I was like, what? And it's so funny because people say that Baltimore sounds like a ghetto British accent. And then when I start talking, sometimes I'm like, oh, it does.
Not a ghetto British accent. They have
But
the best crime shows ever in life. I'm obsessed. But
so
again, it's not the same. So, I'm not going to review that. But because I feel like there has been so much happening with reality TV that because I come from it, um, people always ask my opinion. So I feel like part of being a good content creator is giving your audience what they want to hear from you.
yeah,
So
and
while I'm
I think that now that we've been on the other side of it, you are able to, give better context because as a viewer, no matter how much I thought I knew about reality TV, we've learned so much more in the past 3 years.
Yep.
We don't know. I've been seeing you go in a lot about like this Kenya thing, and I haven't said anything because we just don't know. I saw a screenshot that was allegedly from her event where it's like a Photoshop picture with the girl Brittany and then like a penis dangling down where it's clearly photoshopped. So I'm like, is
Oh
it
God.
messy? Yeah, it's messy. Is it the worst thing ever? No, not really. It's not actual like her actually partaking like in sex, but I don't know how real that was, and we don't know the backstory. We probably never will know 100% of the backstory. We know that.
We never know the 100%. I just think for me, and it's like I said when I started this, I can't say whether she did it or not. I wasn't there. We don't have any facts. All we know is that she's been suspended as a result of it. or
Has
the
she been
heat.
suspended? I mean, because her live, I was being nosy
I
last
was too.
night at 6 o'clock, and I was like, "Where's she at?" And then I got tired of waiting, so I came back to social media a little later, and I saw she had did a
First,
live, and I was like, "Okay, so we got a tour of the salon. Great, I get it. Do your thing, promote your business, girl. You should." And then she ended it with, "I ain't going nowhere." Like, that's it.
okay, Ashley. Now I watched the live too because I was being nosy as well. But I'm gonna be honest, I have followed Kenya since she did pageants, so I know her from that world. Like I watched her when she won. I
Yeah, I
am a,
think we've all kind of been Kenya fans, even
Kenya fan.
without knowing it. Like,
Yes,
when I see like old shows, or like I'll see clips of, like, she was on like an episode of Fresh Prince, or she was like that. And it was like, oh yeah, I do remember that. I remember when I was younger thinking she literally looked like the black Barbie doll. It was like
yes,
one
she's
black Barbie,
beautiful.
and like that's what Kenya looked like.
Yes, I think she's a beautiful woman. Like she's just stunning. I really do think that. All that to say, Kenya's reality TV history is not, she's known for being one of the lethal ones.
Yeah.
However, for me, I had to hop on there because I wanted to hear from her. If she says she's going to reveal some tea and get into it, then let's get into it. But what we got was a PR response. Not only just a PR response, a
Yeah.
crisis PR response, because we do know that publicists are typically hired in crisis situations. So we legitimately got a PR response. And you have people
And something just burnt me. And
girl, did you just fall over?
no, the wind just knocked. I come out here trying to have my me time, but child, I don't know. I'm trying
Not you got a tent outside.
child, I don't know what I'm doing. Because people will come out here and start talking to me if I don't cover myself up. But I think, there are certain things that we're not supposed to talk about when we're filming.
Yep,
And I'm sure Bravo, their clauses are a lot heftier than ours are,
I'm sure.
or were. So I feel like there's probably not a lot she really can say.
Then stay off alive and don't be talking about you about to give us some tea and give us the truth and give us
And
like
didn't
it's
give us
just
nothing.
you didn't give us anything. And I literally legitimately feel like she gave us a PR response and it just wasn't necessary because trust me, I understand better than anybody. There are things we absolutely cannot talk about. And it definitely probably ain't spelled out like theirs is spelled out. I
Yeah.
know that is a lot more stringent, but all that to say, I just was like, what was the point of the live? And then people were like, well, she told us she wasn't going anywhere. That doesn't mean that she ain't getting let go. That
I
just
don't
means what she's saying is that whether she's staying or whether she's leaving, it won't be the last we see of her. She'll still be in media. We'll still be able to follow her journey. I think that's what she meant. I think it was a broad brush to try to relate that to whether or not she's communicating if she's in trouble or not. It wasn't matter of fact enough for me.
I don't know. I just feel like whatever they're doing, and I know some people in the comments are like, "Oh, we just want to see the season play out on television." They are building a buzz around the Sweet 16 season that they have coming up. I know a few of the other Bravo shows are filming right now that we ain't hearing too much about. So it has people intrigued whether she's leaving or not. But I do know that there are a lot of people who are upset. Like they would be upset if Kenya left because they feel like she's kind of like one of the last like OGs, even though she wasn't originally on there, but she's like one of the last OGs of Atlanta still left. Kenya's gone. Even Marlo, though she was a friend, no Kim, no Nene. So a lot of people are saying that they aren't going to be happy if Kenya does leave. I see people. I don't really watch it. I watch social media clips and things like that. So I see people always say Kenya goes low, whatever. Then I see other people saying, "Well, Kenya do go low. Once you come for her, she come back for your ass." So I I,
Um,
I don't know.
do you feel like it's promo?
No, I don't necessarily feel like it's promo. I feel like this is what's happening on their show, but it does lead to good promotion. Absolutely.
So I don't think this Kenya incident is promo. I
No,
really
I
don't.
don't. I
I
think
don't
this
think
is
it's
what's
promo.
really happening.
I don't feel that way about Porsha.
It's not even Porsha for me, child. It is Simon. He is doing his best. He want Kenya's spot, child. I wouldn't be surprised if it was him behind everything. Simon wants a peach, darling.
Baby, I say give him one at this point. Cause let me tell you what, when Samisha had went in
That's
on I call him Samisha Child. When Samisha had went in on his Instagram post and this baby said mediocre minds, he literally, when I say baby, that's a read, I have to put that in my back pocket. Mediocre mindset. Everybody I think that is below intelligence, mediocre mindset is what they get from me.
I get it, but now all of a sudden she mediocre mindset when the day before she filed for divorce, you was the happiest man in the world. Just you heard Simon, and it's fine. You heard.
He not so I'm be honest. I don't think he hurt over her. I think he hurt that he ain't on TV, child. I don't think
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily
it ain't
Porsha,
her.
but I feel like the same way we like to say, oh, women go after these certain type of men, so do men.
Preach. Preach. Don't
So
get me
do so
started.
do men. So he had Fallon. She was nice, pretty, young girl. Fallon came in
Yep.
with 27 kids and he was fine with it because she was cute and nice and pretty and he could dress her up and make her look good. He thought she was gonna get on Housewives. That ain't work.
Yep. Nope, I completely agree. I think too, I mean, if I haven't gotten an education, Portia, come talk to me, baby. We can sit down and have a whole kiki about it. But I think when you're in this type of industry, when you're in this realm of TV, the reality is that people will use you to gain notoriety and some sense of fame, especially when they crave it or they want it. But
Yep.
Samisha being this active, we look at Corey Hardick. He hardly said one word about that divorce. Tia was doing a TikTok every other hour.
Every day. Tia. Living my best life.
Right? This baby was she was TikToking her life away. We ain't heard nothing from Corey. And it's interesting. I'm gonna be honest. I actually talked to Corey briefly in the DMs on Twitter.
Oh,
Um,
not Corey was in your DMs.
he was not a
Oh, Corey Hardwick and
don't.
Wilson Harris, the two divorcees say, it's like, joking, people, joking. It's called a
First of
joke.
all, don't be out. Don't you have people putting that out here in the blogs? No, it was a very cordial conversation, and honestly, a part of it was
Wait, who
me.
DM'd who?
I DM'd him first.
Oh, what'd you say? You send him a
I
hey, big head?
ain't no hey big head. Cut it out. Honestly, let me see. I can find it. Hold on, because it was a very nice message. Hold on. Jesus.
Actually, him and Megan Good are about to be in a movie together about divorce as they both just went through public divorces. It's called Divorce in Black.
I think he's going to be amazing in it. I'm actually looking forward to seeing it. Okay, so this was I told him I was rooting for him. Very admired how he was handling his divorce situation. I didn't get into the conversation, but anyway,
Mm.
it was very cordial. It was very cordial. Very cordial.
Now,
But this
now we're
was,
gonna find out that's who Winter New Man is. Child.
you know better.
I'm joking,
You
guys.
know better. You know better. Oh God. But I just feel like most men would not be on social media like Simon is trying to
Yeah,
uh
it's too much. Simon wants a peach. He wants to be. I haven't really kept up with all his legal woes and things like that. But sir, you wanted a baddie. You thought you got a baddie, and whatever happened, I think Portia learned that them papers wasn't paper in the way they was supposed to, and she said, "Before I get my money tied up into this, I'm getting the fuck out of here." And that's what happened. And I think that has hurt him, and it's been embarrassing to him. I don't know about their love and all of that.
Sheila, I mean, honestly, you can say what you want. It's no different eh, than the situation I went through season one. Like, I get it. When you believe a person for who they are, you believe they're not lying until you find out that they are, you're giving it the best that you've got until they give you a reason not to. But Simon thought he had hit the lottery. He'd been trying to make it big in the USA, and Porsha was his ticket.
Well, now he wanted to be Miss America.
He did. He wanted to be first runner up, and he had been trying in every, circuit known to man. So honestly, I hate to say it. I just think this is a more about him, his ego being hurt because he's
Yeah.
not getting um okay, so it's one of those things where, yeah, we know of Simon, we will know Simon because he was connected to Porsha. That notoriety and fame won't be nearly as much as it would be if he was with her.
Yeah, I mean, even she was married to a former NFL player. I can't even remember his name half the time.
Cordell.
Yeah, Cordell. Yeah, I don't even remember his name half the time. And I mean, that's not taking anything away from him, but he's in the back of the memory books now.
Child. As they should be. It's her job, not his. That's like you expecting a raise or a promotion at my job and you don't even work here.
Yeah.
This is why I feel like if you're not married to a man, they should not be allowed to come to reunion. They shouldn't even be allowed to go to some functions.
I don't agree with that. I think if this is a big part of your life and you're dating, and I mean, we don't know what relationships are going to bring, even marriage. Marriage is in. So I don't think that we should be like, oh no, boyfriends, whatever, can't come. I don't agree with that.
Future ref, I will never do it. If I don't have a ring, if we're not engaged and we're not married, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't advise it.
I mean, you
These,
can talk
these
about
girls
what
want
you would do. Would you ever do reality TV? I always hear you say,
Nope.
what you would do in the future.
Nope, it's not on my radar. And if I did reality TV again, I would have to be an executive producer. It would probably be based on my family, like my business, maybe a little bit showing my personal life, but nothing crazy. And I would prefer to do it on the scale of what's the one show I love? Oh my gosh, it would never be like this. But Egypt Sherrod and her husband. What's the name
Oh
of the show?
yeah, yeah. Married to
Real estate.
Yeah, Married to Real Estate.
That would be my brand of reality TV.
Yeah, so more of like a lifestyle show.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
want
would
this.
love to do a lifestyle show. I don't mind necessarily doing a show like this. I heard you earlier just talking about, because I've said plenty of times I feel like reality TV now is overproduced, not just by the producers, but self-producing as well.
Absolutely.
As just like people want to portray an image that is not necessarily reality, and we've gotten so far away from that it's and I know you asked a question, I think the other day you were on live and you said like, or someone asked like, do you think viewers play a part into that? Honestly, I do, because I think that they have gotten so just locked into what the entertainment aspect of things are versus the reality of things. Like in reality, you don't make up by in 30 minutes, in 42 minutes. Everybody's not going to make up. Everybody's not going to move on. Everything is not going to be hunky dory. But on these shows, I feel like that's what everybody wants. They want resolution on their time versus what reality is.
Yeah, I think so. We've had this conversation before. I think every network, every show has a certain type of fan base. And a certain type of fan base, I think, will make certain shows better or worse.
Mm.
I don't see some of the things that we saw with every single show or every single network. I feel like in some cases, if this was a different show, if this was a different network, it would be different. It's
Yeah.
no different than me feeling like if our show was like Housewives and more so focused on all the women, I don't feel like our show would have had as much drama. I'm gonna just be honest. I really feel like, for the most part, yeah, women have issues. We can be catty, we can be petty. But in some cases, we are able to move forward and work through it a lot better
Yeah.
versus getting the men involved. And it just makes it even more chaotic because on a normal day, I'm not bickering and fighting with men. I'm
Yeah.
just not. I'm not doing it. My
Yeah.
guy friends are chill. They not trying to come from my
And
look.
in normal life, if you do feel some type of way about a male and you say something to someone else, it kind of just stops there. Like, yeah, I don't really F with him. All right, then you ain't got to
Right.
F with him. But
Yeah.
in this space, I don't F with him. Oh, why? But and now you need to tell this person why you don't F with them. And now you got to tell this
Right.
person what she said about, like, and it's just like, because I don't like the person, because I don't want to deal with them. I don't need to do this. But yeah, every network, I always say that. I think that our show, I don't think we had a bad show. I think that we had 3 different shows that could have got edited, and all of them would have given you guys a different outlook of the show. I think audience, network, production, all of that plays a part into it. I don't feel like when people says, like, our shows are boring or whatever, I don't see any major difference with like Housewives and things like that. I'm sorry, I just do not, except they are on a larger platform.
I'm gonna put this up here so I don't forget to ask it because I want you to respond to this if you think that plays a role.
You knew he was what, a scammer?
I You know how I feel about this. I agree with that. I think y'all literally think that people are forthcoming these days. People scam more than y'all think that they do these days, and they're very freaking good at it.
And that's how I feel. I mean, I remember, so this is before Porsha, this is before Fallon was even on the show. I remember coming across Fallon on like my explore page. And this is no shade, but some shade to Simon. Alicia used to always talk about how she was going to marry. Like, she was like, I'm just going to find me an ugly rich man, right? And I remember coming across Fallon's page and like seeing like, her Rolls Royce and her house and all this stuff. And I sent it to Alicia. And then I sent her Simon. I said, you could never do this. And then about a couple months later, Fallon and them were on the show, and I remember looking, and I was like, "Oh, Simon has this business, and he's this." So, I mean, I thought he was a legit restaurateur or whatever it is, and that's why I kept saying he had all these restaurants and this and this and that. So I don't know if he went to Porsche and said, "Hey, all this shit is fraud." No, I don't believe that.
I'm telling you, people leave out a lot of context when you're dating. It's like someone said to me once, they were like, you should ask for their passport, their car registration when you first date them. I'm like, people don't do that when they date. People date for months before they ask for things like passports or car registration. Like, you're not going to sit here and tell me that that is just a standard practice for most people.
And
And
that's what bothers me about commenters and things like that, of all this, what they would have done and what they let us see your life. Tell us about your relationships and your marriages or lack thereof and your baby daddies and all, like, let us see all this vetting that you did.
but see, this is how, I mean,
Basic
love.
vetting, like, yes, knowing where they live, Winter, yes, you need to do. But
Hold on.
nobody's digging,
But
digging deep, deep.
let's go. Let's talk about knowing where they live and how much people lie. How about I know where they live and I cannot argue with you living in a basement apartment because we have basement apartments in DC. And
Wait,
if
wait,
we're in
what you
COVID
say,
and
Mom?
you uh-oh, is that mama?
Oh, he's done already? Yeah, she's been here since before the cookout. It's
Oh,
time for her to go home.
that's
It's
hilarious.
been a
I said
week.
before the cookout.
It's been over a week, lady.
So I love to address this because it's like you could be serious that under normal circumstances that I wouldn't go over there. But if someone says they live in a basement apartment, they show you the basement apartment. The basement apartment has its own entrance, 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, a bathroom. Everything is as is. The one clarity you would have needed to point out was that it was your parents' basement. You lied about that. And not only did you lie about it, when I met you folks, they didn't out your behind. can't win with it. There's nothing I can
Wait,
do
so
with
did
that.
you go to the big house, like to the upstairs house before to meet his parents?
No, we met out because it was COVID. His parents are
Okay.
elderly. So for me, or even like my family says this, because they were right there with me. It was a perfect storm. I think people forget we were literally dating in the middle of COVID. COVID literally hit, and I was on restriction from my doctor, and so was his family because they're elderly. It was a perfect situation where a person that manipulates and lies like that, it's a perfect storm. You can get by on a whole bunch of stuff, but it wasn't just me that just got lied to. Me and 13 other people were lied to. So I'm like, you can say this wasn't asked and that wasn't asked. I would think people that were given anywhere between $25,000 and $750,000 would vet the heck out of someone. And they honestly thought they did. They had to learn that documents were even manipulated.
Yeah, I
So
mean, some people,
what can you
there are
do?
people who that is their profession.
In this case, that was the case. Like
Yeah.
when I'm actually thankful I did the show because it flushed out other people that had been a victim of his.
Mm,
This has been a 40-year career.
a fraud.
You are very good at what you do if you've been doing it for 40 years. If your US patent attorney ex-wife says, Winter, I saw the show. I just wanted to reach out. You're not crazy. This happened to me. I let him go within 6 months because of the same thing. But with her, he was an attorney. How?
Yeah, I mean,
How?
it we see stories all the
It
time. I mean,
happens.
we
It
see,
happens.
yeah, I mean, I hate saying what I shoulda, coulda, would have done. I mean, still with you, I still feel like you should have went to that damn house, but
I mean, I could have went to the basement apartment, but am I going to fault someone for being in a basement apartment? It's a place of residence.
no, I'm saying had you went and saw that it's a basement apartment in a house that
Oh,
his
in his
parents
mama
live
them
in,
house.
right, his mama
Yeah.
house.
Not old bro. You know what? Y'all wear me out with the Elder Barge. That is hilarious.
Oh, oh,
So
oh,
no, I
oh.
don't. So I think when people say Porsha knew about Simon before she married him, I think they're referring to the whole Fallon scandal. But I don't really know what went down with the whole Fallon thing. Was he legally married to Fallon?
Yeah, that's when I'm telling you, when I first found her page, it was like I saw her wedding page, her wedding pictures, like everything. It
Hmm.
wasn't as lavish. I don't remember. It was a beautiful wedding from what I remember. She was a beautiful bride, but I don't remember it being like as lavish in the Nigerian culture and all of that for Fallon as it was with Porsha. But yeah, they were legally married, and of course, I mean, you know, people say they have their shit. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. Simon wanted him a baddie. He found a baddie,
Fallon was
and
a
then he found a baddie
baddie
that
too.
was rich and famous, and he thought he had hit a lick.
I definitely think it was more of a famous thing. Because Fallon is a baddie too. Let's be clear.
No, that's
She
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He got a baddie, and then he found one that was famous, and then he said, "Oh, okay, this she ain't just cute. She got fame and notoriety, and she on
yeah.
TV, and she can get me into these doors and get me into these places." And that's what he wanted. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna put your comment up next side. Hey Paulette. You said what about a background check on a person that you're dating? So I wholeheartedly believe in this, and I'm gonna tell you where we messed up. We did a background check because we literally checked we checked Virginia, we checked DC, and we checked Maryland. But one thing you have to be mindful of when you do background checks is that you have to realize every state has different systems. So you need to check every system, not just the circuit court, not just the county court, but you check that thing clear up to the federal. We did not check Maryland's it's not the same as the circuit. I can't think of the specific name. Once I hired a private investigator and they did a check in a certain court, that's when all of his legal cases came up with the United States having 11 active cases against him.
Jesus.
We
And
didn't.
that was after you guys were already married.
Yep. It's the one thing, because one thing that
I vote for background checks when you're dating. So when do you bring that into the conversation? Is that date 2 or 3?
What?
Hey, do you have any pending cases? Any lawsuits? Has
No,
anyone
no, no,
sued
no.
you? Have
So
you been
not
to jail?
no. We have to be exclusively dating. The only thing I check right off the bat is I try to get as much information as I can to check pedophile, sex offender registries.
Mm.
Because I was my sister actually found it. Thank God for my sister. After this whole debacle I went through season 1, my family does not play. So I was dating someone, and my sister checked him and found out that he had domestic violence charges against him, domestic battery and stuff like that. And she was like, "Winter, this person is in this," and it was in a different state, and she still found it. So I am just huge on making sure you check every court. But when we start talking about being exclusive, I runs everything, and I just go ahead and call my private
See,
investigator.
that's why nosy sisters and nosy friends, let them be nosy, okay? I
Yes,
know sometimes people
absolutely.
feel like it's intrusive and things like that, but you just have to. I mean, and then you can make your own judgment from there. If you want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt and move on, then that's up to you now, but at least you know.
Yeah, but it's better to know everything you need to know before you say I do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that is the first and last time that will ever happen to me. It will never happen again.
Especially now, I feel like at this big age, when you're younger, it's a little different. But once you've been through relationships and marriages and all of that, yeah.
You said Attorney Simone. Oh, she's from Ready to Love. Girls That Legal is coming
No.
out with a book about doing background checks. I
Wait,
love her.
didn't she get engaged to somebody on the show and then found out he was a fraud too?
That's the alleged conversation.
Allegedly. Yeah, I don't know.
Allegedly.
I
Hold
didn't
on.
watch
Let me put my banner up. 1 second.
allegedly. I didn't watch this season
Allegedly.
either, so I don't know.
Allegedly, this is the situation. Yes, that she found herself in. But again, they were together, I think, for over a year or so too. I think 1 or 2 years. Y'all would be surprised the things that people are able to conceal and hide. Like, it is not a game. It's not a game. People literally lie for the sport of lying.
Mhm. Thinking
But
they won't get found out. And I feel like if I get into a relationship with a lawyer, I'm going to give you everything. Like this one time when I was 10, I stole a candy bar. Child, I feel like you're going to find out anyway. So shit, let me just tell you.
listen, I just I hate it. I hate that people have to go through things like this. I hate that I went through it. I don't, people love to say Porsha had it coming, but it just sucks, y'all. She has a daughter. Nobody wants to put their kids through this. Nobody, connects with someone and says, "Oh yeah, I want to find out they're a scammer in 6 months or a year." Nobody wants to do that. I'm sure she thought when she had that elaborate situation that they were going to be together for at least,
A
2 or 3
while.
years.
At least make it to the season, child.
At least get through one check. Like I really felt like they were going to come in with a bang. Like they felt like they were going to do it together.
I wonder
But
how much of this is going to be a part of the story and the show. And I mean, if I was a messy producer, and I'm sure that they presented this to her, and I don't know, but she could have vetoed this. Fallon would have definitely been back as a friend this season.
oh heck yeah. Oh yeah. Fallon, the good I told you so angle, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, she was already on the show. She's not somebody just from the blue. It's not like she's just like, an ex or ex-wife. Like she has been on the show. Porsha met Simon on the show at her house. I just felt like they should have allowed her and to give her piece of the story.
While we bring in exes and such, how do you feel about Destiny and Moses and what's her name? Oh Jesus, what's the producer name? On Love
Uh,
Bill.
Sunny.
Sunny. How I couldn't think of that girl name. How
I
do you
have, I
feel?
have, so you were not at the live that we did with Carlos, but it was brought up there. I said honestly how I feel. I think it's messy as fuck to give this woman a job as a cast member on a show when she was a producer. I will read some of the comments when it first started. And I think first episode, people were a little confused when they just kept saying producer because she does music too. So people was like, "Oh, is she a music producer?" So with our show, our producers, we talk to them every day. We give them the rundowns of our life, what's going on in our families, our business, what we got coming up, what we got going on. So you do get a relationship. It might not necessarily be a friendship, but this is a person that you're talking to. We talk to our producers more than we talk to our cast members while we're filming. So you're giving them all your business. So I was like, wait, this is unprofessional as fuck. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. It's no way to slice it. And I felt like, was this Destiny's only in to come back? I don't know. That they wanted her to talk about this. I mean, it happened in real life. So yes, we can talk about it, but I still feel like it's a little it's messy as shit for this lady to be a cast member. And I don't know her from Adam or Eve, but I know
Not
she,
Adam or Eve.
I mean, I don't, but I mean, and I haven't really been watching it, but I'll see the clips. She seems really defensive. And I get it. Y'all in love, child. Y'all in love. Stand by your man. But you met that man when he was her man and you were her producer, and it's fucked up. It's just like if you're at a regular job, and your manager, you bring in your guy to the Christmas party, and then she go off and marry him, and you like, damn, bitch, it's fucked up.
Yeah, so it's interesting because I got hit up. Destiny actually hit me up because I went live about it on YouTube because people kept asking me my opinion. And I was like, I don't think y'all understand the relationship that we have with producers.
Mm-hmm.
There are some producers I would absolutely consider a friend.
Yeah.
If my producer, male or female, started sleeping with someone I was seeing, I would be upset. My feelings would be hurt. I would feel some type of way
Mm-hmm.
because
You will
this,
feel betrayed.
absolutely, because I don't think people understand these are people we are with 3, 4, 5 days a week, anywhere between 2 and 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
They legitimately become like a mini family. So if I find out that someone I view as, no, we don't have to be best friends, but you low key a part of this little mini family because it's a unique experience.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel some type of way about it, and to know, in a sense, you were rewarded for it, in a sense, right?
Yeah.
You were rewarded for what you did and how you hurt my feelings. And I said, to me, there, in watching some of the clips, because I don't really watch all of the episodes, but in watching some of the clips, to me, I said it's something about it that didn't seem authentic. And I said, I don't know if this is like a cooked up storyline. I don't know that I 1,000% buy all the particulars that go with it or come with it. Um, but I just feel like something felt off to me. And she actually messaged me and was like, "Really, Heffa? You don't think it's real? You don't think you think it's phony?" Like, she's like, "I'm not being phony." And I was like, "I'm not saying that you were. I'm saying what I feel from watching it. If you have some information or knowledge you want to share with me about the situation, sure, share it. But I'm
What
saying,
what
as
what
a
do, what do
viewer."
you feel like is fake or phony about it?
So, for instance, when I watched they showed the scene between Destiny and Moses.
When they had that
Moses,
sit down?
yes, when they had to sit down. For me, um, the interaction was weird. I could not tell if Moses was coached. I knew Destiny was sitting on ready. I know that stance going into a scene. That's how I was at the reunion. I know what points I'm about to run down. I got my receipts. We about to get into it. It seemed like he had to think way too hard, as if he was checking off all the boxes. And I feel like
Well,
there
a
was
producer's job is is to coach their talent in a way, especially if their talent isn't able to think for themselves. So maybe Sunny was coaching him behind the scenes. I mean, that her background is to be a producer.
it was not executed very well. Therefore, the scene came off as inauthentic. I did not feel like I was sitting in front of a real sit down. We already know this staged. We know under normal circumstances, y'all wouldn't do this. We
Yeah.
know that much. But at least make us feel like this was not staged. Like y'all had
You know,
it just felt weird.
I feel 50-50 about it because I feel like you said, in normal situations, either we would, if we sit down and agree, it's not 10 other people around us, including other producers now, including cameramen, lightmen, audio, all of that. And now knowing that 25, how many people watched the episode?
How many people watched what episode?
Of you on here to talk about the ratings of Huntsville.
Well, I thought it was 3 million.
So 3 million people are watching it. You know, it for some people, and I think that this is why there was always a target on my back, because I constantly came in and was like, I'm gonna say the same shit I'm gonna say at home. I'm gonna say the same shit on this camera. And I understand why a lot of people don't do that, because they will fire your ass up for being authentic, or you're too much, or whatever it is. I don't know. It's a difficult situation to be in. He's really married to this lady. He really was with Destiny. So that much is a real storyline. I still think it's fucked up that this lady, in this sense, gets a peach.
She got a whole peach and a half. And I almost feel like, in a sense, it's an unfair advantage. That's like being in a race with someone that has been winning every race for the last 5 decades. Like, it's an unfair advantage. You know the ins and the outs. And even to see how much she is defending or coming for Destiny, I'm not going to defend my relationship that hard if it's real. I'm not. It's going to have to stand on its own at some point. It's only so much you can windmill for this. If that's what happened, y'all truly fell in love. Y'all in love, be in love, honey. But I'm not going to be on social media going live every day trying to defend while I fell in love if I really believe that this is meant to be. I know she said the Lord spoke to her. I also believe the Lord
Oh,
spoke to me about Kevin.
oh,
We all see how that ended.
I did
Yeah,
not.
she said that the Lord, based off of one of her lives, she said that she prayed about it, and the Lord said that Moses was her man.
Look,
But
and maybe he did. Maybe he brought her into her life through Destiny. I don't know. Is it still
I
fucked up?
brought him in her life through Destiny. You get on my
Is
nerves.
it still effed up in my eyes? Yes, it is. But like you said, if they are happily married, then be happily married. I mean, I don't know how I would be in that situation. I think that I would be able to see Destiny's hurt and be like, you know what, girl, I fucked up. My bad. This nigga dicking me down. I'm in love. I am sorry. Take with it what you will.
I just want to be a woman about it.
Right.
Tell you that the D was good. I don't know. I just think for me, you never want.
I do think I saw this at the earlier comments you had up. A lot of people just don't like Destiny, and it's like they're
Oh, I
not
agree with
giving
that.
her the benefit of the doubt, and
I agree with that.
I do not think that that's okay. This is an ensemble show. The show is just not about one person or one couple or one family. And I've seen stuff about, okay, this scene is boring. Actually, the scene it's not boring. It is interesting. I do want to see what's going on with that. But I've seen that with all of the new people that have come into the show. One thing that I thought was, I don't want to say funny because it ain't funny. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but you know, the Duncans got a lot about was Sharella a side chick, was she not? And now everybody on this new Huntsville cast basically is a side chick, was a side chick, are they a side chick? And everybody gets to tell their stories on all the episodes.
Right.
but the Duncans got 0.7 seconds.
But
About a side chick comment when neither one of them were married. Let's preface that with that. When neither one of them were married, I'm not saying it makes it any less if you feel like you were in a committed relationship for years. I understand the hurt and the pain, but neither one of them were married. On Huntsville, everybody is now married to somebody who was married. While they may have known them while they was married, were they separated? Are they separated? This person been separated for 5 years. This got a new man. All of this, I'm like, all of them get to explain their stories, but on our show, that didn't get to happen.
So I'm so glad you pointed out that was a point I was going to make earlier, because it's like Candace said, the line is always moving, and it depends on who is most liked, who is the favorite, who is the puppet. It doesn't matter. I didn't get that courtesy. The Duncans didn't get that courtesy. It's a lot of people that didn't get that courtesy. And I see that it just depends on where you sit on the totem pole of priority. I can honestly say that for me, looking at how people are kind of perceiving the situation, in some instances, what it just I'm trying to think of who it just happened with. Like, we can clearly see that a person was being used for their position on a show. Let me say the same thing. Winter, you don't know how to use a good man. Let somebody else that like to run their mouth saying, well, you dodged the bullet. How dodged the bullet when I'm sitting here telling you that I have proof that somebody was leveraging being connected to me to further their own mission? Well, Winter, there's nothing wrong with that. Something wrong with that when that's not what you're telling or communicating to
Yeah,
me.
I mean, with that, with
Yet,
you, I would see the comments that said, like, well, aren't all of you guys on there to showcase your business? We're cast. That's number one.
thank
So
you.
yes, we are on here to show, because we signed up for a show to show our love and our business. That's what we signed up to do. I think that the issue with you, again, that people aren't given a benefit of the doubt of, it wasn't necessarily about him wanting to showcase his products. The issue is he was not trying to be in a relationship with you. He was being in a relationship with you to showcase his products.
Correct. Like, you can't sit here, and then what blows me is that, well, it seems like Winter just really left, a good man. Y'all gave me high grief in fish grease over not taking my time in vetting a ninja season 1. I actually do that, make a good decision, and I still get the same grief. I can't win for nothing. It's just, y'all need to, I just had to own some people just don't like me,
Yeah,
much
and
like the
they
Destiny
never will.
situation. Yeah, it's
They
cool.
never will. It doesn't matter what you do, what you
It
say.
doesn't matter.
And this week, the people who tell you that this should be black, next week they're going to tell you it should be white. And
Absolutely. And I feel like Destiny is getting dealt that same hand. I really wish people had critical thinking skills, to be able to compartmentalize. You can absolutely not like what a person did in one instance and be like objective enough to say, but you know what? This is wrong.
that's
This is
another
not
thing.
okay.
Like, what I feel like with our shows, and I'm saying like the Love and Marriage, Huntsville, DC, in Detroit, I don't know, I guess when they come back, we get held to, well, you did this 3 seasons ago, so that means 5 years later I'm supposed to not have any pain or any hurt or feel any type of way of something that was done to me because I did something wrong 5 seasons ago.
Yeah.
But at the same portion, y'all telling us we need to move on, we need to make amends, we need to do all this. But as soon as we disagree or something happens with us, well, you said in 2020 that, yeah, because that's how I felt in 2020.
Right. There's no evolution. And I think a lot of I don't think our show being off for 35 years helped.
Oh
But
no.
if we were legitimately, I'm sitting here windmilling, telling y'all I have a right to be in the middle and not pick a side. I was legitimately cool with everybody while we were freaking filming this ridiculous show. I cannot control there being a 13-year hiatus. And then when the show airs, that's when we actually fell out in real life. And now we're not cool. I don't
Yeah.
know what to do about that. I cannot control real life happening. Yet to try to communicate that with an audience that is watching something real time that's not real time is completely unfair to us as a cast because we cannot win in those
Yeah.
situations.
I
All
think that
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 to
was the biggest hindrance for us was that year or 10 months or however long it was, that gap.
yeah.
Because
I was the 13 years was accurate, but carry on. 10.
life changed so much during that time.
Sure.
And it did not reflect well on the screen. It didn't reflect well on social media because where we were on screen and where we were in real life it was so far removed. And I think that most shows usually they do have like a 3-4 month between filming and airing,
Yep.
not 12 months.
Yep.
And then like literally we are about to be at a year from the reunion.
Yep.
Like we're almost 2 years now from the season.
Yep.
Like it was just too far removed, and that I think it was such a disconnect with the audience, them not realizing that, them not knowing. Yes, I am smoking hookah, child. I try not to smoke. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. I eat weed, but to calm my nerves, I like my hookah. But yeah, it was just such a disconnect with the audience and us and what was happening. And now, I mean, Winter said she's not coming back. If the show did get greenlit for another season, it would be even worse because, like I said, now it's been a whole nother year since we've even filmed. I don't even know how that would really work.
Are y'all filming now?
No, we're not. We're not filming anything, ma'am. You know that.
Let these people tell it. I'm so butthurt and torn that I'm just bitter and I just talk a bunch of mess that I don't know anything about. And I really could give a rat's behind, but I tell people all the time, I can't lie about facts. Some things just are the facts, whether you like it or not. And I tried to tell them that nobody had heard anything yet. And they were like, well, you just didn't get invited back. I was like, have I quit? I don't have to get it. I don't want to get invited back. But I can also say when no one has heard anything because no one has heard anything. And
No, we've heard nothing. Like I said, we stopped. It's just even when I think about it, because we get this question
all the
often.
time.
Like, are y'all filming? Are y'all coming back? Like, we don't know. The same way when we were on hiatus, we couldn't tell y'all when we were coming back because we didn't know. We stopped filming the season in March
Of 2023.
2023. Yeah, we started filming in October 2022, and we did our reunion last August, and it's mid-June now.
Right. Life did not stand still. Ashley, I literally try to communicate to people. You know my boyfriend. We've been together like I don't know, almost 15 months now. It's coming
Yeah,
up on our Jamaica anniversary, like
yeah,
a year
yeah.
since we went to Jamaica. Y'all, a lot has changed. I don't even know how to even communicate even further how I can't. It's just like people being mad because you and I are cool. We've had a lot of time to be cool. We've
Yeah.
had a lot of time to move past it. So I don't know how people want us to pretend like y'all want us to just be mad because y'all don't like us on the show. Y'all want us to go back to being enemies. Like in real life moved on. We're good. No, I wouldn't consider being a friend of Ashley's on this show.
I
There's
want her to come back, guys. If there was another season,
no.
I think with the existing cast that we had,
I don't want give me another cast and then I'll be a friend of.
I think that there's going to be issues with any cast. Honestly,
Uh-uh. Give me Alicia and Ryan. Give me some other folks. It's some folks in your cast. That's not in your cast. There's some folks in your friend group. There's some folks in my friend group. I feel like it could be definitely entertaining, but I don't want it. I don't want to be a friend of yours on this cast. I don't. Not at all. Nope. Give me another because it's gonna be phony. I don't want to be phony. I don't want to be phony at all. I don't want to
Yeah,
pretend.
and I mean, if the show does come back, I don't know what people are expecting of me. I'm thinking people are just like, let everything go. I've said this 1,001 times. Real conversations need to happen. We need to stop throwing out this word accountability for what's just seen on television, because real life has happened on and off the screen for all of us, between us. Ain't nobody innocent in
Nope.
this, in none of this. Everybody that said and done shit.
Yep.
Um, a lot of people have involved themselves with shit that ain't got nothing to do with them. That's been my biggest gripe. Like, if you got a real issue problem with me, fine, have it. Let's go at it. But if you really don't, and you just making up something out of thin air so you can have something to say, I don't respect that at all.
No.
Um,
No.
and then
Choose another show. I would love to come back as your friend on another show. Unless it's baddies, then I can't because I can't fight.
I don't want to be on baddies. I don't want to fight no more. I
I
haven't been.
can't fight. I don't have your back if you fighting. I don't. I don't have your
But
back.
and I'm glad you're honest about that.
I just want to be upfront about what I can offer in this friendship. I do not have your back if you get into a fight.
No, I would never do baddies now.
Choose another show. If you choose another show, sure. I'll be your friend.
You know what? I sat and thought, because I told you I'm in this script writing program that I've been in for like the past year. So I have a lot of like scripted ideas, but like literally I can't really think of anything for unscripted. I did have one idea that I think is already being done in Atlanta right now. And I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I really love the space of like music, and how in this area, I don't think people, there are like, there's political DC, and then the other side of DC is basically like nightlife
Yeah.
and music and all of that. And that really wasn't able to be broadcast on our show because, of like copyright laws and all of that. I would love something like that that could showcase more of that. I think in your relationship that you're in now, that would be great.
He is not doing no reality TV. Let me tell you, that is the one thing I would never be able to convince him to do any sort of reality. Well, I take that back because he
I
does
used
have
to think the same thing. I
he
used to
does
say
have
the
a
same thing.
YouTube channel. He does have a YouTube channel. I feel like his would definitely have to be more of the Egypt charade direction. He would
Mm.
agree to do something like that. But this time, he said, "Now, child, he got money set aside. If he need to catch a misdemeanor to whoop a
For a case.
he don't mind. Like he was like, I'm not going to reality TV. If I'm upset, somebody gonna get their tail whooped. Like, period. I'm not here to discuss nothing. And he does not play about me. So a lot of this shenanigery that goes on, and you trying to come for people's wives and significant others, it would not go down on his watch. He legitimately would catch a misdemeanor and bail himself out in 24 hours. Like, I'm so serious. But he's so funny. He would be a great personality. I think he would add some zing to the group because I feel like we need some zing from the male um, side, and he has a great personality. Like I feel like he would be the level-headed, funny one. But he would not do the show. He has no respect for this genre of reality TV. He hates it. He really does. He respects what we do, and he couldn't do it, but he does not respect this genre. He just thinks it's just terrible. He really does.
And it is a lot. It's a lot to ask of people to put their lives out there to be ridiculed for every single thing. It is a lot. I was very shocked the other day when people were talking about they didn't know you had kids. I feel like you talked about your kids, you showed your kids, but again, people really, and they talk like, and this is why audience, me as a regular audience member watching other shows too, we all say we want to see all forget about those moments.
Yeah, that's wild to me. I thought that was real odd. I was like, what do you mean you didn't know I had kids? My
Yeah,
kid,
and I was trying to think not from like personal life. I was like, on the show, you've shown your children, you've talked about your kids.
I talk about my kids on social media. I've shown them on the show. We talked about me having kids on the show, but I feel like this goes to show when you remove the veil of social of not social media, when you remove the veil of reality TV, like I tell people all the time, people love to say all these nasty things about you. And I said, dealing with her season 1, I didn't care for her either. Getting to know you outside of the show and getting to know you for you, I'm like, she cool people. She's a lot nicer than what she comes across on reality TV. But I feel like once people have an idea of who you are on reality TV, you are that person no matter what until
and nothing else. And I'm just so tired of people, your fans, thinking that you just were this innocent person season 1. Please stop the shits, people.
Yeah. I just
She
hate
was
it.
not.
I hate it. I
Yeah,
really
I
do.
mean, I've said before, like that mean girl shit, and people like, well, she called herself a mean girl. Again, listen, what I said was, y'all called me a mean girl, so I'll be a mean girl. Well, guess what? I could play meaner than any fucking body in the world, and y'all have not really even seen mean yet, and that's why I keep saying, like, y'all have not seen me be mean. Y'all have seen me be very unnice, but not mean. Not quite.
Not you've seen. Well, I think again, it's very once you're cast as something, it doesn't matter.
It
It
doesn't.
really doesn't matter. I would love to think that that is not the case, but based off of what I know now, it you got people to the cows come home. So yesterday, oh Kayla, you look so pretty. So I posted a photo of my youngest graduated from middle school. I keep forgetting that although I have said that I quit reality TV, people still post my stuff on blogs. So it got reposted. Fine, no big deal. It happens.
Yes.
Um,
Let's see how the winter.
So live.
what's up, Smooth?
What's up, Winter? I'm Simply Winter, IGYT and on X. Go follow her everywhere. Talk about the lives.
Is that it? What is it? DJ Sauce God?
Yeah.
DJ
Is
Sauce
that
on
is
X
that a
and Instagram. Yep. Go follow.
You got
okay?
even on Twitter.
Y'all have to go follow Smooth on Instagram.
You
DJ
made a
Sauce.
Twitter account?
I never post on it.
Don't. Twitter is the devil.
Not Twitter. I love Twitter.
I do not like. I mean, I like Twitter now. I like Twitter now that the show is off. Because I like to go on there and just see funny stuff and keep it moving.
Oh, girl, they tear my tail up because I be commenting on all the things. They tear me up right now over the Kenya child. I just be ignoring it. One of these days, people gonna figure out that sometimes I be trolling on the internet too, but I also really don't care. Thanks to reality TV, my social media skin has gotten thicker and thicker. I don't care what some of y'all think. Y'all can say y'all hated me 24 hours a day, still gonna sleep well. So anyway, back to the conversation. So I posted a picture of my youngest, and people for the most part have not seen my children's father. Y'all know I don't reference him. I don't say his name. He's not on social media. I'm never gonna tag him. But for situations like this, where it's celebrating our family and how we've raised these kids together, we're both very proud of them. I posted it. A blog reposted that photo, and people in the comments, oh my gosh, you have a beautiful family. Well, I never said this man was ugly. My kids are beautiful kids. They have to get some of their genes from somewhere. Never said he was unattractive. Never said he was ugly. I just don't post him publicly. I respect his privacy, except in instances. And again, he's not on social media, so I can't even tag him. All that to say, one little comment was like, Delulu Winter has a gorgeous family. What am I delusional about? Because I didn't want to be with that rapper. This is the type of stuff. When I tell you, seeing her comment, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not doing this anymore. I don't miss it because y'all took someone that I was with for 3 months and some change, literally. And now I'm delusional because I didn't want to. Baby, you go be with him. Trust me, I'm good where I am. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but
just
again,
wild.
people don't realize that you guys were only together for such a short period of time because, again, they saw a little bit of him and then we went on fucking break and then it came back a year later. So in their mind, this is still fresh. This is still new. You guys broke up. Right.
2023, when we wrapped filming, like, we would have broken up before then. You know how it is, Ashley. I said I was not going to break up with him on the show because if I had broke up with him on the show, what becomes Winter's new storyline?
Yeah.
The breakup.
Yeah.
And then if I'm already learning that you are leveraging trying to promote yourself, if I break up with you on the show, I'm going to give you more presence. Because now they got to dig into why we broke up. They got to dig into your side. I'm good. I didn't want to give him that. I already knew what the play was. So I coasted really those last couple of weeks until we wrapped filming, and I cut it loose. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's just so wild. But seeing that comment yesterday, I was like, y'all are wild. Like, y'all don't be knowing people. I'm a lot of things, but delusional is not one. And what I'm grateful for is that I'm not somewhere that I have no business being, because I said, by the same token, if I had to stay with him and y'all learn all the things that I learned on camera, the storyline would have been Winter can't pick no good men, because you know good and well that if they had found out some of the things that we found out, they would have brought it up on the show.
Yeah.
Somebody would have been coached to be like, well, girl, did you know this? And did you hear that? And I heard, he was such and such months behind on his rent. That would have been a storyline.
Yeah.
I don't want to discuss it. It's a non-factor. So it's just, I don't miss that. So back to somebody's original question. No, I would not come back and be, I would not come back and be Ashley's friend on the show. Baby, they don't want me back after I done did Queen Sheba anyway.
What made you do that? So you and I really have never talked about that interview.
Me doing Queen Sheba?
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. So Queen Sheba and I had a conversation. She reached out to me to do the interview. She did not know that I had no intentions of coming back. And so she was like, well, do you mind giving me that exclusive? I said, sure. We did not prep that interview. I did not know what questions she would ask. It was literally just going to be my announcement of I'm not returning back to Love and Marriage DC. The only thing that changed was when we released that interview. I was still on the fence, and you know this, Ashley. I was on the fence about doing the podcast.
Which I wish you would have been at.
I don't wish I would have been at, because it was some BS, and I knew it was going to be some BS. So I had told Carlos I was going to go to the podcast. I told you I was going to go, and then I recanted, and I was like, I'm not sure. I'm feeling like it's going to be some mess. So I'm on the fence. Then all heck broke loose with some of my former castmates. That foolery that was done made my decision, and I was like, I'm not going to the podcast. And I told Queen Sheba she could go ahead and drop the interview, because if I had went to the podcast, I wasn't going to drop the interview until after I did the podcast. I still would have released the interview. This was not something, and people like to say that I did it because of what happened with my former castmates. This interview was done. I had no idea it was going to get as bad as it was going to get. So I wasn't coming back. Like, they knew I wasn't coming back. I talked to, I won't say her name, but you know who I'm referring to. I told them before we did our, not before, but before the season started, you know how we do like our one-on-ones with them, and they give us a prep. I told them then I wasn't coming back. This wasn't like some new announcement. People thought because of what happened with my former castmates that now I wasn't coming back. I wasn't coming back from the start of the season. And they were even like, well, we'll revisit it. Now, first time I'm sharing this is an exclusive. You know this. But there was something very personal happening in my life. And they were made aware. So one of our producers that we both love very dearly, he's a man, you know which one I'm referring to, was like, Winter, you have to come back. This will be a great storyline. People will get to see you. People will see you in a different, phase. This will be so great. And I said, I cannot. I said, I have health issues. I'm already, trying to battle those things. I cannot couple that with additional stress while I'm going through this transition in my life. All that to say, something very tragic happened. as a result of all this crazy stress that was brought on by my former castmates. And I'm not saying that they were wrong for responding to my interview with Reality Rundown. I'm saying they were wrong for accusing and defaming me and saying that I intentionally dug up information or gave information to a blog or said, one of our castmates was guilty of something. I never did that.
Bruno.
Not Bruno.
No, I thought he was running out the gate.
They could have just, like Reality Rundown reached out to them and said they could do an interview. They could have just done the interview and just spoke to what I said, but I never accused her. All that to say, it caused something very serious to happen. You know what that is. They know what that is. And my
Quick's here. You still look angry from just waking up.
Just
I'm gonna say hi to.
Hi, Quick.
they went.
It's an all white party.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
No PDA.
Did you get this on purpose?
Yeah, I'm about to get him.
So all that to say, something very serious happened. My issue is at that point, I definitely don't I don't care to come back because I felt like I told you this. One of my former castmates should have been contacted to make them aware that they're doing too much and that their actions were causing stress that could trigger what it ultimately triggered. And I shouldn't have had to go through that. And I just take issue if you go to an employer and you make them aware of some actions that your coworkers are taking that is causing stress, then you need to intervene. And there wasn't an intervention. There was nothing said. There was nothing done. And we got what we got. One of these days, I will say what that is.
Why don't you feel like anybody intervened? Do you feel like they thought this is good for the show, or that they just really don't care about how we're feeling?
So I've never shared this either, but since we having this conversation, I'm keeping $150. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm not on this show no more. So you and I are very vocal. We're probably two of the most vocal women on this show, both on camera and off camera. Okay. You have been very vocal on social media. I have been very vocal on social media. You have probably gone harder at some of the editing situations than I have. I have agreed. I have not disagreed. I haven't gone as hard. Really, the only reference they have as to some of my true feelings are through the Queen Sheba interview. And honestly, I talked to one of our friends that's an attorney. She even told me herself, it was still a very judicious interview. I spoke my truth of my experience. All that to say, Ashley, I feel like because you are a favorite of theirs, some of our people in charge will still kiki hug you. They may call you out and be like, why you got to say that? And why you got to do that? But you'll still be welcomed in with open arms and given the pass. Whereas I don't have to do as much and people won't talk to me. People will block me. Because
You've been blocked?
Yes. So my thing is, I didn't do the half. You might not have liked my truth, but you can at least respect that it's my truth. I had a very serious consequence as a result of you not intervening. And it's no light thing.
I think the way you and I addressed how we felt was a little differently. When it's come to editing, and I've said this 1,001 times, I don't want it to seem like I feel like I was edited wrongly, because anything I said. Sometimes context is not 100% there. My issue was that there was other shit going on that could have been shown as well, because it made it seem how the show was portrayed it's just like Ashley's getting into it for everybody. Ashley's arguing with these people. Ashley. And it's like, no, Ashley really don't want these people around. I don't. I've asked you not to, because some shit's going to pop off. And when shit pops off, I know how I'm going to respond. I'm going to respond as my natural self. The favorite shit is not fan favorite. Production side favorite.
Powers that be favorite.
Yeah. I don't even know if I believe that, because I felt like if that was true, then the many times that I spoke out behind scenes would have been taken into consideration, and more of everybody else's real life drama would have been shown.
I don't know, Ashley, because I feel like they may have done things differently now, but I'm gonna be honest. I think because of how you are viewed, from my perspective, this is my opinion. Nobody else's. Nobody said anything. This is Winter's thoughts. I feel like because of how you are viewed from behind the scenes, I think the thought process was she can handle however she's edited.
Yeah, and I don't think that that's fair, though.
I'm not saying that, I'm not saying it's right, but I don't feel like they really could have predicted or thought ahead to
Well,
consider
I
that you could
predicted
feel.
it. I predicted it. I
You
thought ahead.
did.
Every single thing I said happened.
You
Every
did.
single thing I said happened. I do think that maybe now coming back, there will be a different approach. But I behind the scenes things I would say to our team and people who work with us is, when it was aired, like I've seen comments say, the comments that bothered me the most have been that I'm not a girl's girl and that I'm not fun. What the fuck? Not fucking fun. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but I am fucking fun. Everybody has fucking fun around me. Nobody can ever say they had a fucking boring fucking time with me. And I was like, and I told her, I was like, I don't see that on screen. I don't see that person. I don't see the person that you guys see when you're at my house. I don't see that. So
Yeah.
I can understand why the audience feels like that. But
Yeah.
that's a huge part of who I am, and it does not get shown. And I felt like if I was such this favorite, more of that would have gotten to be shown. But again, a lot of, like I said, our fun doesn't get shown because
I don't know. Listen. I know that's my truth, and I hoped I had hoped that it wouldn't have ended the way it ended, because I do feel like I was a valuable contributor to Love and Marriage DC. No one will ever be able to take that away from me. I don't give a freak what anybody says or how they feel about me now. I did my part. All that to say, I don't feel like I was valued and respected enough when it mattered. And this was something that was very important and personal, and it mattered. It mattered that you knew. It mattered that you knew while it was happening, and it mattered that you spoke up. Whether or not my castmates didn't know, so this is why I say that the intervention was important, because they didn't know the information. You knew, but you and I are cool. You would have known. You know what I mean? They didn't know, so it was up to the powers that be that had the information to say, hey, there's something sensitive that's going on. Y'all need to relax a bit. Figure out another way. Not saying you can't defend yourself if you feel like that's what you're doing. Not saying you can't speak to it, but this way you're going about it is not the way. And we'll explain when we get clearance to explain.
Yeah.
And that just, it put a sour taste in my mouth, because at some point, we're more than a check. We're more than a number. We're more than a castmate. We're human beings. And that's my frustration and why I wouldn't do it. There, like I said, there's no amount of money I could be paid. There's no amount of money I could be offered, because that wasn't considered. And that's the one disappointment I have. I have yet to receive a call. I did get an email, but that email was to remind me of my confidentiality and my exclusivity clause. So shut your mouth about things you know you can't talk about, and B, FYI, you can't go work for nobody else if you're on anybody else that you want to go to next. It's wild. And the
I
one,
think as a whole, I can't speak for others. I know I felt like this as well. I don't feel like that any of us really were valued outside of given a television show. and again, like you said, I think because my personality is so big and does come off so strong, it's like Ashley can take whatever. I felt like that most of my life. Is why I tell people, like, I'm probably the biggest crybaby, is because I do have to fight so much outwardly. Like inside, I'm a lot of time like, I don't fucking want to fight with these people, but y'all gonna keep fucking coming for me. So now I gotta keep beating your fucking ass down all the time. And I just want to be soft. I want to have a soft girl era. I feel like I'm
Not till you want to have a soft girl era. And,
I'm
and,
having
and
a
I
soft
do
girl
feel
summer,
like
actually.
I do feel like because of how things went down, I do feel like the audience got robbed of a Thelma and Louise, Ashley and Winter style. Y'all absolutely
I
got
said
robbed
that
of
I
it.
would have loved for them to have seen our budding friendship.
Y'all
Because
got robbed.
yeah, because we are so different, but then we are similar in some ways as well. Um, you know, even when it comes to like your kids, like your youngest kids and my kids are like stair steps, like in age, all of
Yep.
that. Like I just felt like it was there was another layer to explore moving into, you know, this next realm, and I wish that could have happened.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it would have given a lot of context. I think it would have help the audience understand why we were such oil and water season one, but I think it also would have helped people understand how we actually became friends and why we are okay as friends. Like
Yeah.
we were accused of that being fake, and oh, it's not fake. They just doing it because she doesn't have anyone else. That's her friend. I can say one thing for certain and two things for sure. Ashley will tell you, baby, I will go to sleep in your face. I'm not going to pretend for anyone. If I don't feel like socializing, I'm not going to socialize. And I'm dang sure not going to do it for a show. Ashley is who she is. What you see is what you get. She ain't going to fake it either. I think that is one of the things that have been loved by the audience and also hated as well is that
Mhm.
I said it at the reunion. People thought I was kissing your butt, but I'm like, say what you will about this girl. She's been the most consistent. Like,
And again, like we always say, there's just context missing because they get an episode. We are filming for all these hours. We live our lives. We
yeah,
interact with these people, good or bad. We see how people are when the cameras are and aren't rolling. We hear the things that are said when the cameras are and aren't rolling. The audience doesn't get that. So, of
yeah,
course, we're not going to have the same interpretation of things. We're just not. Um, yeah, like, and I was when we were filming, and I've said this before. No matter how it looked on television, there was only one couple I was not talking to while we were filming. So
yeah,
I didn't feel the need that I gotta be friends with this person or be friends with this person because this person not being friends with me. I was okay with everybody outside of the petties while filming. Even at reunion, I didn't fucking know that there was such a big deal with me and another couple until reunion.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, there was no you and I didn't go into an alliance.
No, it was no need to have one. I try to explain to people, why do I need an alliance when I'm cool with everybody? I legitimately did not start having issues with anyone until I posted what I posted on Twitter back in January. And then you and I started doing the YouTube recaps. That's when all of my problems began. Like what I said on Twitter that got reposted on blogs, which really was not bad at all. But whatever, I can't control how people feel.
Yeah.
And then because we started recapping, that's where all the problems started, y'all. I cannot control this show again being 13 years late and airing. I can't pretend to have a beef with someone just because it's edited to look that way. I literally got so much grief because of someone's fan base thinking that I was jealous of someone. For what?
You know,
She
and that
didn't she didn't want that rapper. That was why would she had her man. I was never concerned about that. I'm looking at this ninja that is doing the most. That is it. My issue was never with her. Yet people were like, well, you were just mad at Joy, and you should understand Joy because Joy was being bullied. I'm like, A, she was never being bullied. but we really didn't have no problems. Y'all can't make me have a problem because that's what the footage is telling y'all to believe because it looks good for the story. And so it was just frustrating to me. So it sucks. Like people don't see we have lived life. I have checked on you. I have checked on your mental health. You have checked on me and the things that I've gone through. I was hospitalized. A lot of people on the cast don't even know that. So don't sit here and expect me to act like there's some sort of friendliness when these people don't even know what happens in my personal life. Yet I'm supposed to be anti you, and you know personal things that's happening in my personal life. That's not fake. Like it just it's always been so hard for me to try to balance. And I love the fans and the audience. I don't fault them for seeing what they see. I do fault them though when they come for us based off of what they see when we're telling you you don't see everything. That's my only issue with it all. And I definitely don't respect people who play in to what the audience sees because it benefits them.
I think that was the biggest thing, one of the biggest things. I feel like that was the downfall of our cast as a whole. I've said it to said cast members that if you know A is happening, even if it looks like A+ on TV, you know what happened. You can let the audience think whatever they want to say, whatever. But you liking it, you know, something as small as that, you liking it is adding fuel to, okay, you are giving whatever they say light. And it's not okay.
Yeah. MP, this make me feel like it's a producer because they keep giving personal information that I feel like is more knowledge based. So I feel like this is someone closely connected. So this person says Ashley definitely expressed frustration, but she didn't cross the line where there was no coming back.
I mean, people have made me feel like saying that people were married is the worst thing that they've ever seen in their entire lives. Me telling my best friend that they were married, literally, people have made me feel like this is the worst thing. Like I said, before Kenya may or may not have did whatever she has done, I've said before, we've seen physical fights. We've seen table flips. We've seen drinks, bags thrown. We have seen people talk about people's uteruses, their inability to have children, their dead parents. We have talked their kids being in jail. We have heard all of these things from Black and white shows. But again, this goes for me, it's more demographic than what actually happened.
And I think
how long it was drawn out.
Yeah, and I think too, people have to understand it, and this is how we even got on this topic. You don't do or green light an interview like Queen Sheba if you're interested in coming back. I was not interested in coming back. The nail in the coffin was the lack of interference. And when I talk about lack of protection, if I were to say what I experienced, maybe it would make sense. But those who know, those who don't, you'll find out at a later time. All that to say, I wasn't coming back. I didn't want to come back. I wasn't interested in coming back. To me, it's about the principle and the moral of it all, and there was none. And again, I just feel like the line is always moving. Some people were allowed to get away with murder. Other people, if you sneezed, it was an issue. And again, I have to agree with Ashley. For as much as people want to point the finger and say X, Y, and Z, nobody is innocent. Not one person on this show is innocent. Not possible. I tell people all the time, a part of reality TV comes with the air of mess. You don't get around it. It is literally
that's real life too. That's real life. People talk shit about their coworkers. It's just not. It's not shown, and it doesn't mean you hate them. It means that Sally's getting on your fucking nerves today. And next week, you and Sally might go to fucking happy hour, but today that bitch is on your nerves because she got 20 typos.
Facts. but because it's aired, because it's filmed, right? We're the worst people ever.
Right.
If we aired everything that everyone said every second that we were filming, y'all wouldn't like a lot of people that you claim to be your favorites. But because things are edited out or cut, y'all love to think some of these people are shining stars of excellence and moral compasses, and that's not true. It's just that they didn't get it aired. It doesn't mean that we're lying. It doesn't mean that they're telling the truth. It just means that we don't have the footage to back up what actually went down. So I just, like I said, it's unfortunate. I wouldn't have
But I
seen
think
it.
around the whole reality as a whole, I think that especially people who are more seasoned and like the veterans, I know a lot of people were saying they had, they wanted the old Phaedra back. They didn't get the Phaedra that they got from Housewives or Married to Medicine. And I think that is partially because Phaedra has learned, if I say this, if I do this, y'all gonna attack me.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of reality TV personalities are now giving the audience what they want versus being their
Themselves.
authentic selves. Yeah.
Facts. And I will be honest, I did that between season 1 and season 2. And or season 2, 3. I don't even know what to call it, child. Season 2, 3. 2/3 is what I call it, because it's all the people are like, well, Winter, if you had such a huge issue with season 1, why did you come back for 2 more seasons? Y'all, the 2 more seasons are 6 months
Yeah.
altogether.
We
I didn't come back
we didn't come back for
for a
season
third season.
3. Yeah.
It's the same season. And I honestly had high hopes. People like to ask as well, Winter, if you knew it was that bad, why did you bring the Duncans? Well, Ashley, you can vouch for this. You also pitched the Duncans as well. I don't think either of us could have anticipated or planned for the Duncans to get the edit they got. I
No.
never saw that coming.
No, that has nothing.
you.
We have no control over that.
None.
I know on my end, when I talked to, the powers that be, it was about, how long I had known Sharella, and then it was about like all that viral, them going viral when they first got married and all of that. And of course, not me thinking no mess is going to come, because it's a fucking reality TV show. Yes, there's going to be
Right.
mess. But the way that they were edited out, no.
I remember getting the scenes prior to reunion and watching it, and I was
didn't even
like,
realize how bad it was, because when do we get them? 48 hours before, I think. So it's 48 hours before. My dress wasn't done. My dress was in Virginia. So I'm literally like going back and forth to Virginia. I don't have time to sit and watch. I remember like having it up on my phone. So I'm watching it, but not watching it.
right.
And then sometimes I'm literally fast forwarding to everybody else scenes and be like, what the fuck they showing me doing? So I really didn't get to see that they were not in those last 11 episodes. And then we got an extra episode because it was supposed to be 10 and it was 11. And when we got the preview, there was like parts that were highlighting their family and what they were going through. But on the episodes, we didn't see them. And we don't get to keep the episodes either, guys. They like disappear after those couple of hours.
You got, it's
So
like
it's not like we got to go back and watch. No. We had to. So watching it when it came on television was us basically watching it in real time.
Yeah.
Between me getting going back to fittings and a flight, it wasn't much time to really watch them and having a normal life.
I thought it was wild. I thought it was wild. I was fully blown.
I think that's what I keep saying with the existing cast that we had for season 2, 3. It could have been such a great show because there was so much more to talk about. There's from everybody, but especially from those you didn't really get to hear much about, or that you don't know much about their marriages or their families. And that was with main cast and friends of.
Yeah. I still remain stunned by some of the directions that were taken, but again, it's like I said, I don't regret my time. It's just one of those things where I think I said this to Oh gosh, I did Bondi Blues show. By the way, they want you to Ooh Ladies panel wants you to come on there.
I don't feel like she has ever cared for me, really.
I think she really wants to hear your perspective. But you know, Ooh Ladies panel is Bondi, Jamie, and Niecy. It's three of them.
Okay.
But all that to say, I said this when I interviewed with the Ooh Ladies panel. I said, I think for me, it was weird to me to be out in the public, and even some of my family and friends that felt like I didn't need to be on the show. I remember going to MGM. A guy stopped me and he was like, "Aren't you on that reality show?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "You need to get off that show. You don't belong on that show." And I took it in stride. I didn't think anything of it. But in retrospect, kind of going through everything I've gone through, I don't regret the show because one of the things it's gifted me is that I realized I didn't need the show, but I wouldn't have known that without doing the show. And I realize now I really never needed the show. I just needed to stay consistent and make sure that I put myself in the right environments and atmosphere and rooms to make the moves that I wanted to make as a media personality. But I never needed the show, y'all. And I think that is the one resolve I have in walking away from the show. I enjoy being a content creator. I love the fan base and the audience that I'm building here. It suits my personality more. I don't have the stress. I don't have to worry about who's friend or foe. I don't have to worry about who's switching up on me. I can be friends with you because I rock with you and I know you. I don't have to worry about us filming and then we go into a scene and then you may be in my face because that's what the scene calls. Like, I don't have to worry about that switch up. And I love that, you know, I went to Silvercella. My time was short lived, but I went and I went to
I,
Silvercella.
I need to talk to you about this offline because you weren't here when the horse got here. But that was like my last duty of the day. And I kept I had like reminders in my phone and I kept losing my phone. Like I had the horse is coming at 7. The horse is coming at 7. After that.
Yeah, I wasn't there very long at Silvercella, but I posted my photo from Silvercella, and you have people in the comments that are like, "I'm glad to see you and Ashley are still friends." I just want to be like, "What is wrong with you people?" Like we weren't just friends because of the show. Like we didn't. I don't know. I'm just like, you know, I don't miss it. I just like being able to, you know, be cool with who I'm cool with, be not cool with who I'm not cool with, live my life. If there's a wedding on the horizon, you and Quick will get an invitation and and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna move on. Like I just have gotten to the place where I have my resolve, I have my peace. I don't miss it. If it comes back on, I'm a root for you and Quick and send prayers y'all's way. And
All the prayers. You know, I think I feel a little differently. I've heard people say, you know, they didn't want to do this, they didn't want to do the show, they didn't want to do reality TV. I did because I feel like me for real, like I have fucking funny moments all the time. I think even when you're around like with us, like we have a great time and that's what I expected the show to be more
yeah.
about, you know, seeing that fun and seeing those great times. But
Oh
watching
my
it
god, and
back,
we haven't had a camera in Jamaica?
yeah.
Y'all,
People were like, "Oh, was Silver Child filmed?" Hell no. If we ever came back, it would never be filmed. I told them after what fucking happened at Christmas, fuck no. Fuck no. Y'all going to be getting them fucking curated tea parties and fucking shit like everybody else do. Now I see why everybody do that shit.
yep.
'Cause anything that's real that I'm really spending my money on, I really want to enjoy and have a good time.
Listen, we honestly do have a good time. It's I don't know. I'm good on it. Like I said, I don't regret it. I enjoy the people that I met. There are some people on production I really do rock with. If I saw them, and it's some of them I'm still cool with, we still talk in the DMs or they'll text me. Y'all, if I saw them today, I would give them a big hug. I would love on them. It would be no issue. Like I said, I went to Ashley and Quick's thing. We're good, y'all. Like, we just don't have any problems. We just don't. And I can't pretend for the sake of some show just because y'all want to not like me or her. All that to say, I like my piece. I like the direction that things are headed. I'm doing my acting classes, getting into things.
Me too. I love my acting
Yes,
coach.
we share an acting coach.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I love Mark. Mark is amazing, but he's been on my butt for so long, and I finally just committed. But I just want to do the things that matter and make the most sense to me, where I feel like I have so much to offer to the world and in the world, and I have offered so much. That's the one thing that I feel like the show doesn't benefit me, because it unfortunately kind of taints and it muddies what I know I'm trying to put forward and the positivity I'm trying to put forward. And because I know that reality TV comes with some level of mess, it's just not a good duality that I want to have, when I know outside of this, I'm really out here trying to create brands that are positive for women. And we go through enough. I don't want to be on here every other week saying I hate your face. I don't want to do it. It's just not something I enjoy. It's not really who I am. I'll do it if I feel like I need to defend myself, but it's not Winter on the day-to-day, which is why when a lot of fans meet me out, they're so confused. They're like, oh, you're so nice. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not filming a freaking show, fighting for my life. Like, I'm not like that 24/7. Somebody says,
when people say that to me, I will cut your ass out. I just, let's not forget that part. I think I am nice. Nice might not be the word. I think I'm fair. I don't think I'm not just gonna walk up to you like, oh, I hate you. I don't know you. No, I'm cool. I think that's the better word for me. I'm cool.
I think cool is a better word.
Yeah.
I think cool is a better word, because depending on the day, you can have a RBF.
Yeah.
And that can rub some people the wrong way when they initially approach you. But it depends on what environment you're into. Because I feel like you were cool when we met at God dang it, not Ashley. The podcast thing.
Yeah.
The first episode, we were cool. We didn't have any issues.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've seen you in situations where you will have RBF and you really won't be feeling no kind of way. It's just literally how you may be feeling that day.
Yeah,
It's not
and a lot of times it's because I do feel like I need, I don't know. I've like self-diagnosed myself with so many things. I need to be doing something at all times. So if I feel like I'm not having fun, and
Yeah.
I've expressed this about the vegan dinner repeatedly. It was a long dinner and it was vegan. And it was like, okay, what are we sitting here doing? Like,
Y'all was mad about them.
sometimes
them
I gotta make my own fun.
not make my own fun.
Get into your business.
Child, listen. I don't know, and it's so funny to me because one of the things I can honestly say, I've always spoke my truth. I've always been very honest about my past. I've always been very honest about my experiences. I've never tried to hide that, y'all. It's like when people are like, oh my gosh, I know your tea. I tell my own tea. I spill my own tea, child. I really don't care. There's nothing that anyone could say, unless it is legally prevented from me speaking on it. Y'all, I really don't care. It is what it is. We all have lived a life. It's like the saying, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future.
Mhm.
I think what I just didn't like was how nasty things turned. And I know I have never tried to go and intentionally ruin anyone's reputation. I've never tried to go around town trying to get people not to work with people. And that's some of the nastiness that started to seep into our cast.
Yeah.
It's a wrap for me, because that goes into a different line, crossing a different line when I feel like you lack. That's a deep level of, for me, that's a lack of integrity. I can't respect that. And I think it's unfair to utilize people's ignorance when it comes to reality TV to your advantage, to get people on your side, when you know there are certain things that we are privy to as a cast.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that's okay. And when I start to feel like I can't trust the people that I'm working with, I don't want anything to do with it. It's not to say that it would be that wouldn't be the case in other situations, but I know for me, my trust was broken in this cast. And I don't have, like I said, I don't have a lot of faith in some of the things that were allowed that I feel like should have been intervened. So you just got to know when to bow out gracefully. And like I said, I don't regret my time. I've spoken publicly and said, I thank Carlos for the opportunity. No one's knocking or pissing on that, but I'm allowed to say what my experience was. And that's what I did on Queen Sheba. I was honest about that. I think there are incredible people that work for production. There are people that do an amazing job from the top to the bottom. They work as hard as we do, and they're there a lot longer at times. But I'm allowed to say, yeah, it's my time to go. I've done my stint. My time has been served. I'm out.
So what other shows are you watching? What reality shows are on right now? So I didn't watch Martha's Vineyard
Why?
because I just don't really watch reality TV. I heard it was good and I said I was going to binge it. So that's something else I was going to say about the live readings. I am a binger. And I think that now with the accessibility of streaming, a lot of people do prefer to watch 2, 3 episodes at a time versus one. So I am someone like that. I'll wait until like a season is like over or almost over or something like that, so I can just watch everything straight through. And I don't like the outside chatter from social media, which I have noticed for me. I have gotten really no bad comments. There's this lady that's like just started watching it, and she sends me messages almost every other day to talk about the show. And I'm just like, lady, if you were watching this with the other 250,000 people, you would probably hate me. But because she gets to form her own opinion that's not influenced by what everyone else is saying, it's different. So I kind of like to watch TV like that. I don't want to see everybody saying, I don't want to see this guy with this girl or whatever. Because then I watch it, I'm like, oh, I love them together. Or
No, then swear to God, don't go back and watch none of my tweets. Watch it and then come back. And then some of my stuff will make sense. You know, me and Candace, we are tough on Martha's Vineyard. Like, that's our jam. I watched The Circle. The Circle was good. Married at First Sight, y'all. These people, because I feel like I was sort of kind of in a Married at First Sight situation where it's just absolute train wrecks marrying folks. I am highly invested in Married at First Sight, so I watched.
I don't watch shows like that. Alicia likes shows like that, like
oh, it's so good.
Like 90 Day Fiance, Married Abroad, like shows
90
like
Day
that.
Fiance
I'm
is
always
good.
like, this is weird. Like, this is why. I mean, I don't know. Would I ever sign up to be like, I'm going to marry someone who I absolutely don't know and move to a third world country?
No. Been there, been as close as I'm ever going to get to it. It was an absolute train wreck. I will never do it again. I feel like at some point, I don't know. I feel like people like seeing you and I together. I feel like, you know how like Paris and Nicole did like the travel show?
The Simple Life.
The Simple Life.
Yes.
We literally should like take like a 3-day road trip.
No, that would be fun. Like we could get like we could get an RV. Where would we drive to? We could drive to like,
I don't know. I feel like we could do like something light, like maybe from New York.
I was about to say, but
Charlotte.
But we need to see like some landmarks. Where's the Grand Canyon? Isn't it still in the United States?
Oh, we're not doing no Grand Canyon, Ashley. That's cross country.
No, if we could drop Ma. Is my mom out here? I feel like they went. My mom and my sister went to the Grand Canyon a couple years ago, and they drove from, was it New York? I feel like they were already in New York. I don't know. But
no.
that would be really fun to do.
But we can be event crashers.
I would crash somebody's event and get on the mic and everything. Let's find all the open bars.
Anybody have an event you guys want us to crash?
That would be so fun. We will come and are you ordained to marry people?
Yes, I am.
Let's marry people.
I can marry people. I definitely am ordained to marry people.
And I would like plan bachelorette parties. And we will give you guys a weekend. And then will you make it to the aisle? And
I don't know. I feel like we should talk about this offline because I do feel like because I have 2 weeks out of the month where I'm kidless, maybe
Yes.
we could plan this in once a month stints.
Yeah. That
We
would
can
be
do
really
multiple
fun.
events in the region.
That would be really fun. We got to figure out, where we want to go, what we want to do. And there's always an event. We can definitely
Always.
find events.
Always. I feel like
We got to make sure we got our lawyers on standby. Like,
Andrea, I kid you not. I just looked at Andrea, you must be on this live. She literally texted me the same thing. She said we could be Oprah and Gail.
didn't they drive somewhere in like a Fiat or something?
Andrea,
Like
she said very similar to Paris. See, we tracking. I'm telling you, not Ashley planning the bridal party would be hilarious.
Child,
This is like we could do like what is it? What is her name? Like making the bridal party.
Yes, and I will have to whip them all in shape.
Making the bridal party, and then I marry him.
That would be really fun.
Although, I mean, we need top-notch video content, folks. I think this would be a cross between us getting on each other's nerves,
yes,
having arguments about our opinions about which direction. Ashley and I are both very headstrong. I think that's where we get the head button. This would be great. I feel like
so if anybody out there wants to be our camera crew,
send us a message. Reach out to us on the DMs. And if you want to be our camera crew, if you'd like to sponsor this shindig, you own an RV. If you own an RV company and would like, or it doesn't have to be an RV company, if you own a car dealership and you would like to gift us a truck.
Gift us a truck for the summer.
Oh God, can you drive?
I can drive. I'm a pretty good driver.
I'm a really bad side seat driver.
I don't like to drive though.
I'll drive.
I do not like to. I don't drive. I don't really drive outside of my neighborhood. Like I don't drive into the city ever. Baltimore or DC. Probably for the past like 2-3 years, I hate driving in the city. I hate lights. DC, I hate knowing what roundabout I have to get off at because I always get off at the wrong one. No.
I feel like I need to drive. I'm a really bad side seat driver, and I swear I would get on your nerves within 5 minutes.
Are you a slow driver?
No, I'm a fast driver. I have a lead foot, but this is the thing. I really have like trauma. I've been hit by 3 semi trucks. So
at the same time or on different occasions?
No, on different occasions.
What?
Yeah, so I got hit by a county truck on my way to work. It ran in the back of me. I was leaving the parking lot with my sister. She'll tell you this. We were leaving Nordstrom Rack, leaving out, and a semi truck tried to cut through to get to McDonald's of all places, and it was driving so fast. If I hadn't turned my car, it would have killed my sister. But I busted my nose and everything, totaled my car. And then while we were filming, I was on my way to Maryland for Caressa's event, and the semi truck was a flatbed. I was in my Audi, the Audi I used to have. It didn't see me at all, and it backed into my Audi, sliced it in half. The front of my Audi, disabled my car on 495. Yeah. So I literally am very paranoid when other people drive.
Oh my God. See, that's why I don't want to drive.
Somebody said maybe Winter should not drive. No.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. We're going to hire a driver.
No, I'm telling you, my sister will tell you, she credits me with saving her life, because if I hadn't have turned it literally would have killed her. He smacked my car so hard. And I saw it coming, so I pivoted the car to avoid her being hit. I mean, it still didn't avoid the accident, but it did save my sister's life. Like, I don't play about that. Maybe we should contract with a driving company.
Yeah, let's find a driver. So if you
guys know a professional driver, I'm gonna side seat drive with the driver. Y'all, I'm so paranoid when other people drive. I'm so serious.
And I need a GPS that can track all semi trucks that are in a 50-mile radius. So we stay our ass away from those.
I can't make this stuff up. Literally been hit by 3 trucks. So I'm just really kind of paranoid. I'm so serious, but sure. We can hire a company to drive, but I'm gonna still be a side seat driver. Somebody said that get a driver, that'll be more fun. Oh God. If we have any situations like we had at your Silvacella or Jamaica,
Yes.
this is going to be an absolute turned up situation.
Yes, and it would be so fun. I mean, literally after 7 o'clock, I remember as soon as I went to get that horse, it's like my brain turned off. It's like you have nothing else you need to do.
Go.
Your
Do
brain
you
is done.
let me tell you, your future brother-in-law was snapping photos. Let me tell you, he's so messy. This is what he sent me. This is on the way home from your house.
You was knocked out. Poor baby.
I was done. I was like, I was supposed to go, y'all. It was just too much happening. It was too much happening. I was out.
Good times, good times. All right, well,
It
I'm gonna
was.
get off of this live. I'm about to
No,
get
we
in
don't
the
get off
hot
this
tub.
live. I was
Yes.
on here out 2 hours and a half longer than I wanted to be. But thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me. And yes, we will get this show on the road pretty soon, guys.
Yes, we
Literally.
got a lot of summer. We got a lot of
Yes.
summer left. Let's
Yes.
get this cracking. I got 2 weeks at a time now.
And that will be fun. I already have a place I want us to go. Alicia, me and Catrice were supposed to go last year, but we could go this year. You are going to hate this one. And that is, you're going to be so against this one. And I am for it.
I already have a thought and I don't want to do it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
All right.
y'all.
Bye, guys.